always forget to turn my lights on. It's my thing. I leave my tea getting until the very end, iced tea today, and then I come back and realise it's really dark. So it's gonna get really bright, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Oh, it's not too bad. Turn it down. Boop, boop, boop. Ow! Hey, I'm so sorry for the radio silence. I didn't check last week. I had my phone smashed up and been on a flip phone until a couple of days ago. It was good to disconnect, but it's great to be back. Ooh, the audio is broke. Okay, alright, one second. I hear you. Let me. Is that better? Is that better? There you are. Yes. Sorry. I was playing around with some different scenes, and I left my default scene a bit what's the word? Something. I'd left it on some setting I was testing that I shouldn't have. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, this remote is so slow. Sorry, Alves. Yeah, that sucks. It says you had your phone smashed up. Did someone smash it that you didn't want to smash it, or did it get dropped, or? But a flip phone, very retro. I feel like that's very like something the kids would do nowadays. I want a dumb phone. Yeah, it would be nice to just be simple. Alright, I think all the lights are on now. Sorry about the audio. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, it's just a scene I was playing with. Not my usual setup. But yeah, a dumb phone would be nice. I try and keep my phone. You're doing a phenomenal job. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Trusty glove at the ready. Yeah, my phone. I try and use the do not disturb setting. Glove check. Yeah. Yeah, someone smashed it by accident. Oh, okay, it was an accident. Okay. Well, at least it wasn't like anything untoward. Flip phone was great, but now I can watch bits again. Yeah! Well, welcome back. Yeah, it's nice to have those little retreats, I think. And yes, glove check. Alright, well, excuse a bit of the mayhem behind me. Got a few things this week. I am finally upgrading my camera. So exciting. What you're doing? Oh, the glove. The glove, so it's called a smudge guard. And I think in a traditional sense it stops you smudging pencil, but I find them really useful for using the Wacom or any digital screen. Ooh! Yay! Thank you for following! Welcome! Oh, I'm going to try and say your name. Motenku? Disku? But thank you so much for following. Yeah, so the glove helps with gliding across the screen, whereas if I use my blank hand, my plain hand, I find that it's just not as smooth to get those smooth lines. We'll be watching on and off because I'm still at work. Oh, no problem, Albie. Thanks for lurking and working. Oh, I just realised I set up this week. I did set up a little followers bar, but I didn't think it was gonna work. In Stream Elements, it kept being invisible, so I was like, and it's not there. It should be there. But anyway, so we have 40 followers, I think, now. So I just need 10 more, and then I can get on with those lovely emotes. I've started some. They're in my panel bit at the bottom. I've got one there in progress, and then I'm thinking of a couple of others for that. Tell work, thanks for letting you lurk and work. Yes, it is awesome knowing you're here. Thank you for watching and supporting. So, I will switch my scene over. Oh, I just realised my overlay is visible here. Let's turn that off. And does that turn off here too? I'm so new to all this. It's I like it. It's trial and error every week. I'm going back and forward. Here we go. It's like a party. Let's see. That one. That's my face. And that's my stream. There we go. All right. Yes. Woohoo! Hi. Yeah. I like that. I know it's good. Yeah, I want to get some fun emotes. I always want to, whenever I'm in like another channel, I always want to do like a clapping, like an applause, which I don't have from any of the other channels I follow or anything. So I was thinking maybe an applause one would be fun. And I say yay a lot, so yay is my first one that I drew yesterday. And then I don't know about the third one. And I also have a little GIF that another streamer, Tom, Tom, I think his username is, gave to me. So I was I want to use that somehow, somewhere. But anyway, I was going to say, my camera, before all that happened. So finally, I vote for cartoon sound effects. Yes, I want sound effects so bad. Yes, I have this little. Where is it? I have this guy or gal or any. Doesn't need to be a guy. A voice mod. So I have a soundboard stuff that I want to get set up and use some stuff like that. I love sound effects. They're hilarious. I love listening to like comedy talk radio shows where they have all the sound effects on keys queued up, ready to go. So I got a new Sony camera. It's a A6100, if that's how you say it, or 6100. That sounds a bit naff. I got it used. Oh! Thank you, Faraday. Thank you for following. Yay! Thank you so much. Yeah, so I upgraded my camera. Why Crow? Yeah, it's science facts. It's in the Bible. Sure, yes. Yeah, Faraday. Thank you. Yeah, welcome. Thank you so much for supporting. Yes, so I actually have my main webcam. Big moves. Thank you, Big Moves. Big Moves Barry. So Martin actually lent me his webcam, but that's me, yeah. Even though it does have the autofocus off, you can see it's trying to focus the whole time, and it's like bouncing around. And so it's not only for streaming. I'm planning some online courses and things. So I made the plunge, and but the lens didn't arrive yet, so I just have a camera body. So it's just waiting at the moment. That should arrive tomorrow, I think. And I got it used. I've never all my Wacoms and my cameras, apart from my GoPro, which was a present, have been either used or refurbished. So managed to save a few pennies on that, and despite it being used, it looks brand new. So I'm pretty impressed. That was from B&H. If you're in the market. They make dope decisions, yes. Hello! Oh no, no problem. We're just getting going. We've just been chatting and sorting out a few little bits and bobs. But welcome, you are not late. Never late. I hope you're infinite success with your new used soul stealer. My nan always would say that. She was very spiritual lady, and she believed that photos took a little bit of your soul each time. But I really love photography, so sorry, Nan. Hey, India, it's MQS. Oh, I'm gonna butcher that. MQSDC. Oh, Malcolm's Workshop. Hello. Love the hand in the background. I knew one. Oh yes. This was a gift. Actually, I've got two. Let me get the other one. They were a gift from an interview I did on YouTube with Your Geek Fix, and he sent these, and I thought they were so cool. I used them to in the week whilst Maya is dying a death or thinking or saving. I use it to hold the cards that I'm working on. I do these cards that I put on my Instagram. And they have like a phrase on them. This week I'm doing less haste, more speed. And so usually the card is in his hand next to me, just waiting for Maya to make up its mind. It's better than I try to do that instead of like sitting on my phone or something. But welcome. Yes, I think you can get them at IKEA and stuff like that now. We're all glad you made it. Yes, we are. We're all glad, yes. I was attending another stream by Pratt Bros. Oh. Are they... I feel like I know that name. Is that... I'm not going to guess because it's just someone completely different. Ooh, sorry about that if that came through. Whoops. That's just Twitch's autoplay. Let's see, do I know guys? That's loud, sorry if you can hear that. Oh, are they the twins? Yeah, Alv's left. Yeah, of course. Alvy knows our Nan. Pratt Bros the twins, I think. Taking some reviews of animation. Oh, cool. That's a great idea. Yeah, I'd love to do that at some point. At the moment I usually have one or two people that I give feedback to for a few months at a time. But yeah, doing it live would be really cool. I think that's a really neat way to like spread the knowledge. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, man. Malcolm's workshop was so good. He's if you don't know Malcolm Pierce, he is a he's an animator at Disney, but he's head of animation on various projects, Raya and I think Moana and stuff. And he's great. He does these pop-up workshops where it's like a couple of hours a week of like really like deep dive discussion into like sort of animation and theory and creative like process and thought patterns within acting and posing. It's really good. I think he does them at the moment. I think it's been once a year, but I think he's thinking of doing another one later in the year, more geared towards some more posing stuff. Twins, yes, okay, they are twins, yes, Bo and Cameron Pratt, yeah, from Animation Mentor. Oh, that's where they're from. Okay, I think I first learnt about them during the is it the Agora Twitch stream? They did that 24-hour animation challenge, and I think they were one of the interviews I was watching. Luna-san! Hello, spread the knowledge! Yes, exactly! Yay! Oh, they're cute. I like those. Is that a tea bag? I love it. Yeah, spread the knowledge. How are you, Lotus-san? Hope you are having a lovely Saturday morning. Oh, sync sketch. Here's the link of the animation I did. Lot of work to do. Let's have a look. And did they review this live of your animation? Ooh, dancing. Cool. Hey, nice stuff. Yeah. Oh, it's so long. It was, yes, Agora 24-hour Ultimate Animation Challenge. Yeah, that was all. Yeah, that was really cool. I really liked how they did that. I thought it was a really nice community thing that hasn't been one, I feel like, one that sort of big in a while, so it was nice to see. Ooh, nice. Okay, so the reference. Oh, that's going to be fun to do. Yeah. Nice. It's so tricky. Yeah. But it looks like you've got all like your keys in there. That's really cool that they did that. How nice. Do you just, I guess you just apply? You send in your work and do they pick people? Or do you just do they do it live, just pick someone out the chat? Lotus Ann, doing well, thank you. I hope you are as well. Yes, I'm doing good. Yeah, I am a little sad that my lens didn't arrive at the same time as my new camera. So we have to put up with the autofocus for today. But it's not so bad when I'm little and I'm animating. I am little, but I mean in the corner when I'm going to be animating in a second. So you won't notice it as much, but it'll be better. It'll be better. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Very cool animation. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, great work. She was pouting for 24 hours. Yes, I was so sad. Like, the camera came from much further away and US import, and then the lens is on Amazon and it's taking forever. So, well, not forever. I'm just being impatient. But next week. First time I did that long and tough animation. Yeah, that's a lot of frames. That's going to be really cool once you, once you've got it all together. I think it'll be such a good, feat or feeling. It's still good. Okay, cool. That's good. Yes, it is still good, yeah. No people share link. People share link one by one and he'll review it. Oh, cool. Sweet. So you can just turn up. That's nice. I like that. I think that's great. Maybe we can do that at some point. I really love giving feedback because I think it's easy to put your work online, and anybody who has eyes can give some feedback, and then it's I don't know, some of it can be encouraging and some of it might not be, but it's up to you to take what you feel is the right stuff and put that into it. And also it's always an interesting journey, like looking back on getting feedback on my work, I don't know, 5 years ago compared to today, and then seeing what's still relevant. Like the other day I was looking through, I have this book. Oh, I just took my bookmark out. I have this really old, it says Deja Vu on it. I don't know why. This really old notebook. I don't know where I got it from. And I call it my animation Bible. And it's got notes in it from when, I don't know, when I first started working at Framestore, 10 years ago? Oh, it's a long time. And it's got all notes from then, different, all sorts of things, like a good way to get fresh eyes on your animation, or what's the best way to set up this constraint, all sorts of things. It's not super full, but it's from over the past 10 years. And I was reading it the other day for some, just looking through it to make some tips and tricks and things. And I was like, hey, this note, I can use this week on my shot. Cool. It's funny how some of that stuff you take in and some of it gets left behind, and just depending where you are in your journey. So it's always relevant, especially if you can keep track of the notes somehow. It's great. But that sounds really cool. Right, I'm gonna load up my stream. There we go. It's magic. Although it still has the overlays on my little cam. Let's see if I can turn these off and not affect this. Yes, that's the one. We did it. I'll set that up better next time. I need to set up a separate face for this bit. I've just fiddled with a few mod settings. Hopefully it doesn't cause any bother, but it should reduce the dangers of spam, like we got last week. Oh yeah, it was exciting getting a piece of spam. I liked it. Oh, sorry, that's my arm of my Cintiq there. It was exciting because you got to delete them and ban them. Ban the spam. I feel like you haven't made it until you've got at least one bit of spam. Although talking of that, Instagram is like, every post I see has got from mine and anyone's, it's always got some spam on it now. It's really annoying. Okay, so, where were we? We had started, we started like a few animations, and so I need to start finishing them. These are going to be for the credits. The last couple of times, I have basically, let me find the video. It's the rolling credits we have, just for people that weren't here. We basically have these dummy credits, like stand-ins, because there's no names or titles, but we have gaps in the credits here and there. So I wanted to fill those up. Not all of them, but just a couple of them with some little pencil tests. And we're getting really close to finishing now. The final sound mix should be delivered by Sunday, in theory. And after that, it's just a few editing things and a little bit of grade, and then these animations. So I gotta press on, really. So I'm thinking that we take the Monty one that we worked on, and I'll play it in a second, and I'm gonna give it its own little clip project. So Monty goggles tie down. Trying to keep some naming conventions so I don't get completely lost. Paste layers, here we go. He's there. Feel free to suggest any background colours. They will not stay. It's just for us to look at for our own eyes to be pleasing to watch, especially when you're staring at it for a long time. You want to pick something nice to look at. Faraday, ban hammer. That's big moves. He's got the ban hammer. Where are you from? I am originally from the UK, Welsh Golden. I was born like near-ish London, Essex area. And then from about the age of 7, I moved up to the Midlands. If you've seen League of Gentlemen, it's like that. In a very tiny village. It's about a mile long or something. And I grew up there, so it's kind of a mix of Midlands and Essex, which is the weirdest accent probably. And now I've been in Canada on and off for about 4.5 years, I think. So my accent, I don't know now. I think my friends here in Canada, I'm in Vancouver, think I sound very British. And in Britain, my friends think I have a bit of a twang, a bit of that Canadian, a boot twang. I've learned from the best. Faraday. Oh, it's Faraday mod for Will, I guess. Good afternoon. Hello, Bear. Hello. How are you? Turquoise. Okay. Yes. I like it. I can't remember how I pick. I think it's like this. Oh, that might be a bit bright. Let's see if I can. Oh, I know. If I pick the color on here first. Turquoise. Is that turquoise? Is it more blue? And then go this. Oh, that's too dark. see. Somewhere there. You can let me know if that's too intense. More blue. Let's see. That. Is that not enough blue? Somewhere in there. It's not the most intuitive for the colour picking. Is that too green still? Best of both worlds, yeah. Sounds like Mary Poppins. Oh, thank you. I love Mary Poppins. That I like that. Thank you very much. I just need an umbrella in here or something and just fly away. More blue. I think I added some blue. Hopefully you can let me know. I like it, yes. Okay, great. Perfect. Yay, thank you. Oh, you've still got the British twang. Okay. All right, that's good. I don't want to lose it. Barry would tell me off. Martin Barry. I never know what big moves Barry Martin. Yeah, she just says that. She just says strange words sometimes, like trash and Z. Hey, I've said Z since I was able to watch Sesame Street. I grew up obsessed with Sesame Street, and I've never said Z. I just say Z. Also, Z rhymes better with the alphabet song, I think. No? Way better. A, B, C. Z. And last week we were talking about how when I reach affiliate, sometime, hopefully not too long away, it totally does, totally Z. Right, Z, it's Z, it has to be Z. I will, we were talking about the channel points, and bits, and having, because I say some strange, I can't say a lot of some words, and some strange pronunciations, and that we're going to try and make those into either channel points or bits. I think that would be really fun, as well as the sound effects. Whatevs. X, Y, Z. No! X, Y, Z. And then you come along and play with me. Isn't that the lyrics? If you said Z, it wouldn't fit the song. Anyway, it's a debate, but I say Z wins. Alright, so this animation, I'll play it. Is Little Monty, and he is loop-the-looping and putting on some goggles. We were working on this a couple of weeks ago. Last week we didn't work on this one. And we threw in, towards the end of working on this, we threw in some ideas here from the audience, you guys. And so these are all like really roughly thrown in, these beats here, especially like when he gets to the top of his little loop-the-loop. It's more like proof of concept, or if I was to write this in words, it'd be like, put goggles on Monty here. But instead I drew them to remind myself of what we wanted to aim for. So I figured today we would try and work on it and get it nice. And then if there's time, I can do some cleanup on it too, I hope. Say this when I can compare. Spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Okay. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. But I'm only going to say that in a posh voice because I don't know if I can say it any other way. Spoonful. Well, I mean, you're Welsh Golden. Your name has Welsh in it. Does that mean you are Welsh or from Wales? Wales. Or is Welsh like a weird plural for the mammal? That would be cool. There's a lot of Welshes. Anyway, maybe it's not cool. But I like Wales a lot. I've been trying to design a new painting of a whale, and I'm finding it really hard to get it feeling ominous and not dinky, because just the nature of like wanting to get the shape in the frame and it not just feel like an undescribed blob. But anyway. Wales. I'm Welsh. Oh, nice. Awesome. Yay. Fellow UKian. Britishan. My housemate, when I first moved to London, he's from Wales. I can't remember the town now. Like north east, I think. So I learnt the odd word like pop ping, and can't remember what else. I always loved listening to him talk to his family on the phone because they all spoke English and Welsh. Or is it Welsh? Is it what is it Celtic? No, I'm getting all the languages mixed up. But he would change in and out, and it was really interesting to hear. And different family members spoke different amounts of each language, so I always found it really fascinating. The town of the northeast, yeah, I can't remember. He also went to like the famous animation school there, the 2D animation one. I can't remember the name of it though. Is that Glamorgan? Maybe? Oh no, I don't know how to pronounce that. Witin Sierad. Oh no, this is gonna go badly. I think Big Moves, his dad was Welsh, so maybe he can say it. Wow, I want to know how to, I used to know, I love how it looks though, it's such an interesting, the last word is Welsh. I know that bit. There you go. Okay. I do recognise that word. I mean, Welsh. But I couldn't remember what it was. It's so cool. Man. I wish I knew a second language. I feel like ashamed. I nearly learnt French. Nearly. When we lived I lived in Montreal for a year, and I think I was taking 3 French classes a week, and I got pretty good towards the end. I think if I'd stayed another year, it would have been okay. But then we left, and then there was no one to practice it with in the Sainsbury's in Stevenage, where we moved to in the UK. So it kind of just slipped. I know a little bit, but not enough to say I could, it's a second language or anything. I'm sure it would come back if we moved. Alright, I need a white pen, and I want this to be less. Okay, and we don't need as much of this. This is the light box, so you can see more frames ahead or behind you if you need to. So you can see can you see that on there? It's very faint. If I turn this up, maybe you can see. If I turn all these up, they get darker. You can see my drawings and the spacing I'm trying to achieve, but we don't need all that, so we can turn all those off and all those. Actually, probably don't need those either. And then each side should be a different color in theory. I'm actually going to make this different so I can see it. Yeah, okay. Turn that down a bit. All right, let's see if we can make this less blocky. Okay, got my pen. So he comes up. I think I want to work on how he gets into that position, so I'm gonna get rid of his goggles in his face for now and have a little think about his wings. Ooh. Did you hear that crackle? Wonder what that was. Hi. Hello, Solrak. I wonder if I say that right every time. Welcome. I'm just working out little Monty here. He flies up and opens his wings. So I probably would want this drawing not to be as high. So he sort of headbutts himself into the ceiling. There we go. Okay. And then we're gonna open his wings, so maybe he can have a little overlap on them. I also want to check something if I can. Yeah, it's always tricky, this bit, because you have to, like, you know, when you're roughing it in, you can just draw blobs and you're like, oh yeah, this is fun. And now I've got to, like, consider what I want to happen in between those moments. So I'm going to add a frame in here. And, oh wait, that's not what I want to do. Do one here, I think. Yeah, okay, so we got that frame. And then, okay, I'm going to open up its wings a little bit. I think it might be fun to zoom in. I sometimes find, I think it's my set. Oh, I should check my Windows ink is off. Sometimes I find with this software, yeah, it's good. If I'm zoomed out, you can see how it's quite jaggedy and not like an actual sketch line. Whereas what I'm drawing now is like, it's not too bad, but if I zoom out and draw it here and then zoom in, oh, it's not too bad today. Yeah, see, this is like wobbly. I find I get that a lot. I don't know if it's the software or if it's the Wacom drivers, but if I zoom in, I don't come across that problem as bad. So sometimes those rough passes can look a bit like this, right? A bit rubbish, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not cleaning it up yet. That's okay. So I think a bit of unfolding. That's a bit big. I know I've heard it seems like there's a few more 2D animators considering streaming, which is exciting. I saw a couple of people asking about it on Instagram, so I hope that's the case because I want some more 2D friends that we can raid and collaborate with. Would be really cool. And I'm by no means well versed, I would say, compared to my CG. Like, CG has been my day job for 10 years or whatever now. And so 2D is more like a passion thing, I guess, like my side hobby. I don't know if you want to call it a hobby, but I'd love to. I want to do it more, basically, and I think this platform is a good way to like meet people that do it and to practice and find new ways of doing it and all that jazz. I'm a bit of what's the word? Oh! It's anniversary weekend, so I must jet. Oh, bye, Lotus-san! Thank you so much for popping by. Happy anniversary. That's awesome. Congrats. Yay. Hi, bye. Yes, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I can't remember what I was saying, but yeah. Something about, ooh, hello. Doesn't want me to go on that later. There we go. There's something about 2D is just, I don't know, so tactile. And stop motion is super cool, but I'm not the most patient when it comes to clay, so I think it probably isn't for me. Right, well, at least when I used to use clay at school, I did like fine art and whatnot. Oh, I have put the wings on the body layer. Oh wait, they're on there anyway. Doesn't matter. Ignore me. When I was doing fine art, it just, I don't know. She used to make me so mad. Stuff would fall off, and then you'd fire it, and if you didn't, I guess maybe a bit like 3D printing, like if you don't get the hollowness quite right, it explodes or something breaks, or some other kid comes by and like flattens it because it's like just there in the art room. Yeah, just would get mad. I much prefer like super sculpey, something like that, opposed to like wet clay. Quite like the pottery wheel though. It's pretty fun, but I don't think I would ever do it for anything other than a bit of an afternoon fun. So stop motion seems like a whole other layer of pain. Now, do I suspend my disbelief and have him just kind of like, huh? I feel like he should maybe do a couple of flaps in the air, because it might feel a bit just stiff if he's just sat there in some kind of held suspension. Maybe I can try and do something simple. Again, this is super rough. I just want to get ideas down and then we can worry about cleaning it up. So it might not always be the prettiest thing. It's like, I just want to figure out a nice idea, I suppose. Like, I'm not like super happy with this pose. I think it could be way nicer. But I don't want to spend too much time on that because it's kind of like layering, I guess. Like I rather work out the motion first and then work out making it pretty. Whereas in CG, I would probably work on making it pretty first and then, not pretty first, but I'd work more on the poses, I think. But I think because drawing, it's quite labor intensive. Like if I did this beautiful, most perfect drawing here, and then it was actually in the wrong place, or it's the wrong shape, or it was the wrong thing for that moment, then I'd have to, it would have been a waste of time cleaning it all up and making it pretty. Might have been fun to do though. Okay. Oh, and is that the top of the dive? Yes. So this is when he does the loop, we've got the top here. So the timing's not right yet because he's like really slowly opening his wings. But yeah, this is going to be the top. So I was thinking maybe he'd have a flutter or something. So he's not just deadly like still. Where was I? Back here. But yeah, ignore the timing for now. Just playing with, yeah, maybe that. Yeah, you see this pose here is too, the spacing isn't right because if you want to go, right? The spacing would be, I don't know, like this or something. Oh, probably better. Something like that. Whereas at the moment, like if this is this, this is okay. You don't have to have that there. But then it's like this. Let me do my maths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's not right, is it? Because it's like this now. That is not going to be conducive to, well, one, acceleration. That doesn't. If something's accelerating and you've got the inertia, the spacing doesn't reflect that in terms of the speed. It's just spacing chart. Usually what you'd have is like, this is my key, number 1 drawing, and this is my next key, depending on however many drawings, or frames, I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say it's like, I don't know, 9 or something. You know, you'd have these as different numbers, like a ruler. But I scribble these charts because it helps me realize, like, I want it to go, you know, I want it to speed off and then slow in. I don't want it to do this weird sort of, I think, unappealing spacing. You know, if this was a drawing of a hand, the fingers would be like oddly spread out, and there's something about that in your mind's eye that it just doesn't sit well with. And I think because I'm trying to get those little flaps at the top, I'm sort of easing in and thinking about that flap rather than thinking about the woof. So I'm gonna actually delete this drawing. Goodbye. See, if I'd have made that a pretty drawing, I would have been very worried about deleting that. Alright, let's see. It's okay that it's, I think that would be even higher maybe. And it's just trial and error, and that's why we do it roughly. Have a play. And then you can play, I would then play with the timing afterwards. So he comes up here, so I want these drawings to keep going up as well. Boop. Boop. Yeah, okay. And then I have this one, a little ease out, this little ease out here. So you're like easing out of the key, which is this one, and it kind of, it readies your eye for what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna do a little fold, I think, or something. We'll try it. Might look a bit. That wing is already there. I think with that triangle shape, this could be wider. I was saying to Keena yesterday, I think it was, about how I'm enjoying doing the 2D. I think there's definitely some people that would want to watch 3D, like some of the students I give feedback to and stuff. But it's definitely a lot drier than drawing. And I don't know if it would hold people's attention. Someone like, unless maybe you're, you know, hardcore animator, because it is, you know, you're moving controls around. Unless you're just sort of messing about with the rig, it might not be the ideal thing that people would want to watch on their Saturday morning. I like doing the Saturday morning cartoons, it's fun. And once Cat and Moth is wrapped, I gotta come up with some more content. I like the idea of continuing with the 2D. I could maybe do some CG ones if people are interested. But I think I really want to do, Albs is lurking at the moment, but he's working on a bunch of awesome music. I think I have it linked in my panels. It should be in the About section, I think. You can listen to his song. It's really cool, and we've been talking about doing a music video for that in 2D. So I think that might be the next thing I do on the stream after these are done, but I don't know. I don't know what would be. I'm kind of person that likes consistency. I find that, you know, you tune in knowing the program, right? I don't know, if you're watching TV and you're like, my program's on at this time, and you know what it is, you know what it's about. So I don't want to like screw up the schedule in that every week's like something else, because I'm definitely that type of person in terms of what I do in my spare time. You know, this week I'm making 2D animations. Next week I'm making, I don't know, candles or some random, I don't know, crazy endeavor. But I also want to share that it's okay to do all that stuff too. Like, I feel like it's more natural. So I don't know, maybe I do want to sneak in some evening streams in the week. So maybe that could be a bit more like playtime. Not playtime, but, well, it's all play. It's animation, right? But maybe I can do something that's like separate from the Saturday ones. And, hey Tom, thanks for lurking. Yay! I don't know if, I think Big Moves should be listening, but can you shout out Tom, please? His streams are awesome. He's been doing 2D too, working on, oh. It's like a swear word. That's weird. Is that my fault? Why did that not work? Oh, I guess it's broken. That's hilarious. Let me grab Tom's link. That's so weird. Why has it done that? It worked last week. I didn't change it. That's so funny. Here we go. I found it. It's very rude. NGL, it is. It's a big fart. Yeah, it's apparently so. Here we go. There's Tom's channel. Yeah, he was working on Sonic, some 2D Sonic, and his stuff is so nice. I was saying how cool his line work is, and they were saying, all the people in the chat were like, call this line work. Wait till you see the actual line work. I was like, oh no, don't look at my stream. Mine's just all scribbles. Although I haven't really tied anything down, so maybe it's okay. But yes, if you like sprites and more 2D animation, I wonder if some of the settings have changed. I guess we need to give stream elements privileges. Oh, maybe. Like maybe you set the like link spam to like super sensitive or something, so it doesn't like the link of Twitch, maybe? Don't know. But yes, we can have a look at that afterwards. For now, you can shout them out and I will send you the links. There's so many settings. It's quite fun, but it's definitely a learning curve. There's a lot of, what was I doing? Copying this. Oh no, whoopsie. There's a lot of things you can do and add. The only thing I was going to ask, actually, for any streamers out there, I want to post like an upcoming schedule, but not just for Twitch, just like my general schedule, because I usually do presentations and talks elsewhere. And so I wanted just like a month of my sort of public speaking calendar. I couldn't find anything. They were all pretty like, it was either like just this week, and it was just the countdown for the stream. And so I was like, well, it's the only option, like making a calendar with, I don't know, like Google Calendar and Google Sheets or something. Seemed a bit lame. But so far that was my only solution. I was on the phone with a friend. What's going on? Oh, don't be sorry. It's always good to ring friends. Today I am trying to break down a bit more the Monty loop-de-loop we were working on. So I'm going to get him to the top of his, before he dives, get him a little bit of like, I guess ambient motion of him holding, like treading water, I guess, or treading air. And then we're going to work on getting those goggles looking cool like them on his face. So I'm just having a little play with how he can open his wings and maybe flaps there. and then I'm going to work on how those goggles are going to affect his motion. Hopefully some like cool reversals I want to try. So I don't actually, to be fair, I don't want to get too far into the body stuff because some of it will be affected by how he holds these goggles on his face. So let's, I'm going to start that on that new layer I made. So yeah, I'm trying to get these animations more solid and more finished for the credits. And because Cat and Moth is very, very on my, it's tailing me because the sound and music is, the final mix should be delivering this, I think this weekend. Oh, it's Saturday. So yeah, should be tomorrow. And there's a little bit of grading and some other stuff just to finish up. And then these are the last little things I wanted to add inside the credits. And I need to fill the credits with all the names, all the lovely people that worked on the film. So once I get all that in, I really don't want to be doing these animations anymore. I want the film to get out there. So I don't want to be the reason it's getting any more delay. So just gotta hustle, right? So I'm gonna got these goggles on his head, and I'm gonna use this frame to start with, I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and really get this feeling ready to clean up, basically. Get all the breakdowns and stuff I need in there to telegraph the motion. Can't think of a good word. So we know what's happening, basically. You can make him look like he's going to take a dive, or make him do a military salute. Going to take a dive. Oh, I see, like in a swimming pool. Yeah, we did talk about having some anticipation in there. I think we could add that in for sure. I think we're going to stick with, because we're still going to add the scarf, so I think we'll keep the goggle ping as like the main thing. But I like the idea of the diving, coming up with something to give that some anticipation for that. I think that will made his antennas like crazy thick. But yeah, so I can't believe the movie's nearly done and out the door. It's crazy. And we've been doing lots of press, which has been really fun. That one looks a bit wonky. We talked. When was that now? We did a talk for FMX. That was last month. That was really cool. That's a animation festival in Germany. We also did. Oh, I did the Your Geek Fix YouTube channel interview. That was really cool. That was more like animation career based than just Cat and Moth. And then Cat and Moth doing a making of presentation for Animex next week, which is a animation festival in the north east of the UK. That was actually at my university, so I have a little bit of a soft spot for that one. It's a really cool festival, especially at the time. Just, you know, it's a small town in the north of England. You don't expect like Pixar and Disney and all those types of names to come to Middlesbrough. And it was a great way to network with those people, and also it was a small festival, so it meant you actually got to talk to them. You could buy them a beer or whatever and you're able to chat to them. I really enjoyed it. So I'm getting to speak there on Wednesday, which is I'm very excited about that, because when I was at uni, I was like, I want to be one of those one day. So I like that I can actually tick that off my bucket list. And that's going to be similar to FMX, but I'm live, so I'll be presenting similar information. Probably won't be as jam-packed, because when you edit a video, it's a bit easier to condense it down. But I think it'll be different and more interesting in a different way, because I'll be there to interact with the audience, I guess. And there will be a Q&A as well, as always. So yeah, it's nice being able to get out there and do this stuff. And that's why I wanted to have like a calendar on the stream, but I just haven't worked out how to do that yet. I don't know what the deal is. So you need to make a stretch frame for him to put these goggles on. It looks like I deleted somewhere along these lines, but that's fine. Yeah, so I can't remember what else we've got coming out. I'm doing an article for a German animation magazine, which is going to be really cool. I'm going to write that for Cat and Moth. So, and then we're going to start applying for festivals. We're aiming to apply to our first one in June, which is very soon. So it just really depends on, like, you know, technical stuffs, but should be all good. And then have some more press stuff lined up, I think. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, sounds cool. Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's helpful. I had a really, really, really lovely comment on the Cat and Moth. I think it was on Twitter. They said it was like the FMX talk was the most entertaining presentation that they'd seen. I think at FMX rather than ever. But I was, super proud, because it was definitely, that presentation was definitely a team effort, and it really, it was really worth the time. You can still, if you do have tickets to FMX, it's still on their on-demand platform or whatever it is, so you can still watch it if you can. But yeah, it's that stuff's. I really enjoy that stuff. It can be tiring if there's a lot, one after the other. But it definitely the tiringness outweighs all the amazing, like, fun and, like, interactivity and getting feedback and people seeing bits of the film that we haven't shown before and all that stuff. It's just really, really, really exciting to hear what people actually think of it. And, for the longest time, it's mostly been the crew and myself seeing it and get, like, sort of our own internal feedback. We've had a few test subjects that I roped into watching it to help us with some stuff. Story and things, but otherwise not a whole lot of people have seen it outside of the crew. So yeah, I think we're all quite hopefully we're all very excited to see what people think. I really wish the festival's rules were not as strict. Wish we could just put it online straight away. But one day. Depends on the anything on CDCC. Is that is that a festival? I feel like I recognise that acronym? Is that the word? Not acronym. Oh, Comic-Con. Yeah. I thought so. Well, actually, not yet. We will investigate it for sure. It's on our list. In the past, I have applied to go as a professional, and I did get the pass and stuff. We didn't end up going, but for various reasons. But my dad presents there I don't know if I mean, with COVID probably makes sense, but he had been presenting it every year for quite a few years with his prop company. He does replica props. And he used to do like the Doctor Who booth, like BBC, and I don't know if he did CBS, but he does a lot of Star Trek and things. So I don't know if they're planning to go. I don't know what the deal is this year for them. I mean, it says Comic-Con International will begin on July 23rd. Oh, no person in attendance. So I guess it's online this year. I don't know if they're presenting products through his company this year or not. But yeah, man, that would be amazing. So it would be quite an incredible feat, I think, to get into something like that. It's the same with Ottawa as well. Like, it's a massive animation festival. Yeah, there's some really amazing ones. If we got into there, I'd be over the moon. But we just have to wait and see. It's also like that online stuff. Gonna be small later in the year. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, I think from what I've heard from my dad, it's the normal one is like it's like going to an airport with like 1 billion people at the same time. It's like insane. So I guess online could be really cool, and also gives opportunity to people that maybe couldn't travel to go. That's what I like about all the festivals being online. I hope there's some form of like online version of them, because it makes it more inclusive. People that can't afford to travel, especially to the big ones, where you can, I guess it's not as easy to network or socialize, but it definitely gives people the opportunity to see, sneak peeks at tips and tricks and advice and all that stuff. All right, so hang on. If I snap, maybe I've done it the wrong way. Snap, or like, snap? No, I think that drawing's the wrong way around now. I'm gonna reuse this. I think. Let's see. Let's try something. But yeah, Comic-Con would be really cool. I've always wanted to go, and like I said, I did set up the professional pass thing. That was quite a few years ago now. I just couldn't make it work. I don't know, I'm gonna do this really quick, see. And then if oh wait, let's do it on this frame. I don't want to break it. There's quite a few that it would be really nice to get into, but we'll just see what happens. Yeah, and so you apply. Some of them they're all different, like ranges of cost. It's almost not even a Comic-Con, it's just pop culture now. Yeah, they're kind of a bit of everything, right? You can see a bit of all sorts of industries now. There's so much stuff. Don't know if that makes more sense. Like he's got get by the. Yeah, I think that works better. If it's the other way round, then he would be straightening up. I'm gonna see, let's test it, see what I prefer. Yeah, it's definitely like a lot of mixtures of stuff, those Comic-Con things, depending on what you're into. I'm drawing these really crudely just to see which way feels better. Now, he could pull them up and snap back and get into position to dive, or he can pull them back and snap them forward and be ready. I feel like the first one, I get professional passes. Yeah, same, yeah. Most of the ones I go to now tend to try and get those. Yeah, I think, leave those down there. I think this one feels better. And same with like, I mean, it depends really what one can get hold of or afford. It's crazy. There used to be a really good one in London that I like going to, but they, I don't know where it is now because they bulldozed the building. It's really sad. It's like, I mean, I guess it's just a building, but they bulldozed it down. It's like an area called Earl's Court. They just got rid of to make, I don't know what they made. I think housing, maybe? Not sure. But that was always really fun. I like seeing all the costumes and things like that. And then saying like, I saw the second extra from Game of Thrones episode 4-3 or something. Hey, just came by to say hi. I'm one of Carla's students. Hey, Random Joy. Thank you so much for popping by. Thank you. I'm just doing some 2D animation, 2D tests that we're going to eventually clean up. The middle is me. I'm still working on that middle bit, right? But I'll press play anyway. We can see the mayhem. So his goggles are falling off. So basically, the idea is that he is doing a loop-the-loop and then shooting. He's coming onto screen, putting on some goggles, and then a loop-the-loop off screen. And these are for, I don't think I still have it open, but these are for the end credits of Cat and Moth, which I talked to you guys about last time. We did that school presentation. So I go to a few universities and schools as well and do talks there. So we have these rolling credits. And within those, we have some little gaps. And they're not all going to be full up, but just a couple of them with some pencil tests in there. It's like the final animation touches of the movie. So it's very exciting. From the curb of the hardware store. Oh, hello! Oh, sorry, Kina, I missed the hello. Hello! Welcome from the curb of the hardware store. I hope it is comfortable. Random Joy, I'll be watching while I do my hair. This looks so cute. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I was doing my hair this morning. It was so warm. I was like, how can I blow dry this and survive? But yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's coming along. I'm really happy. This is kind of like a collaboration with people having thrown in some ideas as well. So it's really nice. It's a collaborative effort. I've been going to Comic-Con since 1992, only missed last year because it was cancelled. Oh, no way! That's awesome. I wonder if you've ever seen my dad. He's been there, well, maybe not, it's so massive, but he's been going quite a few years. His business has been going about 10 years, and I think they've gone almost every year since it started, so depends if you like Doctor Who or the BBC. Kina, haha, there's a shade at least. Oh, there's shade. Oh, good. Yes. Oh, that would be not that fun. Why are you on the curb of the hardware store? Is it just that you don't want you're too done with looking at 2x4s? Random Joy, which was your favourite year? Yeah, that's a good question. I like that. You must have seen so much stuff. You must have seen so much like evolution of all the different, like you said, like it's more pop culture now. You probably get more like Big Bang Theory interviews than you do comic book artists. But I do like those little insights, and that, you know, everyone's that buzz as well, like the feeling of I don't know, you know, you see someone famous eating a hot dog or whatever, you're like, oh look, that's blah blah blah. But everyone kind of, most people have like, I don't know, I don't know, the ones I've been to, there seems to be like a fairly good balance of like respect. There's obviously a few crazy people that really want to touch Christopher Lloyd's arm or something. Right, so oh wait, I've put them back on the top of his head. They're meant to be on his face. So they're on his face. And then, I'm going to delete these. Oop. Oh, hello. That's not what was meant to happen. Delete, there we go. The goggles are on his face now, and then something to do that dive. Maybe he could curl up a bit, like in anticipation, or something. Oh, I know. We could make his wings like arms. Or maybe he could do it. Oh, he could do it with his antennae. That could be funny. I don't know what would be funnier. He might look too much like a vampire if I do this. Maybe that would be his antennae. And then he dives down. So hold that for a bit. We want that to line up with natural dive. Let's see. I really wish it was like before. It cost $45 for the weekend, and passes were just paper with handwritten names. Yeah. It's crazy now, isn't it? It's like, is it a few $100s? I know SIGGRAPH is like $1,000 or some ridiculous thing. I would never be able to afford that. I can't remember how much Comic-Con was. But SIGGRAPH, luckily, one of our producers on Cat and Moth is a part of the Electric Theatre, I think it's called. And so she helped us get to see a little bit of the SIGGRAPH when it came to Vancouver. But yeah, it's to get the full pass, it's crazy expensive. So I can't imagine what Comic-Con is now. The good old days, yeah. I saw I guess most people have heard of Glastonbury Music Festival in the UK. And one of my old colleagues posted the lineup from like the first, I don't know if it was the first Glastonbury, but very early on. And it was like £8, and his dad was like the top like billing, like I guess he presented these bands, like he was like running the festival. And there was a bunch of people, and you know, I think it was £8 for the weekend or something ridiculous. And there was like a t-shirt, and it was like, you know, like some local person, I'm gonna make this festival, and now it's just worldwide ridiculous. I don't know, probably like £500 or something, which is like $900 Canadian, I guess, to go. I don't know how much. It's crazy money for the weekend anyway. Randra, oh my god, by the way, have you been feeling the vaccine? Yeah! I don't have my sticker. I put my sticker in Keena's and mine now because I own it. But Keena made this journal. It's really awesome. Who is here? Keena Inc. And I put my sticker in there. Yeah! So I realised all week, I was like, crap, I've scheduled the stream for the day after my vaccine. Hopefully, yes, Martin, can you do the rubbish shout out that was broken, please, for Keena? Maybe I can find her, or big moves, I should say, Keena, and find the actual link. Our shout out thing is a bit broken this week. Sorry, guys. Oh, hello. There we go. Oh, it worked. Shout. Oh, wait, you just wrote that. Thank you. Vaccine, yeah, so vaccine, I feel fine. So far, so good. The only thing is my left arm is struggling to feel like normal. It kind of feels like, when you do, I can lift it certain ways, but it's kind of like when you do, I don't know, weightlifting or something, or some kind of exercise you haven't done in months, which I'm going to feel after COVID, I'm sure, anyway, after the pandemic, I mean. So it's not too bad. I'm impressed. I'm part of the Moderna club. It was super organised. I went to our convention centre, which is about 15 minutes or so walk, and it was like going to, if anyone's ever been to Vancouver Airport. Vancouver Airport is like the nicest airport I've ever been to. Everyone's so lovely, and it's all like, there's like fish tanks and it's all lovely, it's all very beautiful artwork and First Nations like totem poles and all sorts of things. Anyway, so the convention centre is a bit like that, and then the organisation of it, everyone's so lovely, and it's all just flowing. There's no really waiting. Just kept going, and then they do the needle. The doctor was great, and then you sit down and wait for a bit, just to make sure you're you're okay. Like they do. I don't know how many people have injections often, but I have the flu jab every year, and it's just the same thing. Like you wait 10 or 15 minutes just to make sure there's no allergic reaction. If you're allergic to I think isn't eggs a big one, I think, and things like that. So they just double check, and then you get to go. And you got a sticker, which I was like, yes, super excited about the sticker. That was the best bit. But yeah, it was really fine. It doesn't actually, the injection doesn't hurt itself. Albie, who is lurking somewhere, I mentioned about him because he has to have some injections and things, and she was like, do you mind injections? I was like, no, I have no excuse. And she did it, and it was all good. So if you're questioning it, so far it's okay. Any sleepiness or fatigue? I was very tired last night, but I was very tired all week. So I really can't tell if I was tired because of the vaccine or because I was just tired, because I was feeling that all week anyway, from about Tuesday. So I did definitely feel a little bit dreary, but it's hard to tell. We're picking up oil from Canadian Tire on foot. Whoa, I hope it's not too heavy. That sounds intense. I'm catching up with the chat, sorry. I would volunteer making on Wednesdays and then get the rest of the week for free, plus a free t-shirt. Yeah, that's the best way, volunteering, yeah. Such a good way to also see some of the behind the scenes or green rooms and stuff like that. I think it's a great way to be involved and get to go and save some money too. Yay, journals, yeah. So Kina made these. She did a successful Kickstarter. They're really cool, really, those are lovely pages and really thick. It's great for all sorts of materials with her beautiful artwork on it. So cool. Oh, hang on, I'm really small, I just realised. I do that, I forget. I think about that all week when I'm like, oh, I showed that thing and I'm tiny. Yeah, super cool. So yes, vaccine, woohoo! Making the bags. Oh, yeah, okay, making the bag, yeah. For the conference, right? Yes, thank you, Big Moose, for the shout out. Great. Moderna Club, yeah, woo, Random Joy, yeah, Moderna, woohoo. Okay, walking home now, but I'll try and catch you when you're back. All right, Kina, good luck walking back with all that oil. And then I went and bought coffee and donuts from a couple of the local, one of the local coffee shop we love, and there's a donut place we really like as well. Where can you find those journals? Oh, wow, let me tell you. So let me find Kina's shop somewhere. Kina has, I can bring it, wait, I can do this. Here we go, okay. She has, oh wait, this is her Facebook. Where's her webpage? Oh, there it is. Don't go. There we go. Okay. This is her website. I will post it in the chat. You can go to her store, and you can find it here somewhere. Here we go. There's a kit and the journal itself. She's got so many things. Here we go. Journal. It was a Kickstarter project, so it's all like locally sourced binding and paper and everything. It's really cool. And she has a bunch. She does a lot of stickers and journaling. So her streams are a mixture of digital, traditional in the week, and then journaling every other Sunday. I think I got that right. And she does a lot of awesome paintings and lovely things that you can buy, prints and originals. Like here's the print from the book, right? Super cool. Such a lovely piece. She also does, if you're a Patreon person, she does, or you can just buy them. She does painting sessions, and one is this afternoon or this evening, depending on your time zone. It's a live paint along, so it's on Zoom, and it's really fun. Sit and paint. There's all different ones, so you can see the ones that are coming up. But if you're one of her patrons, you get them with the membership. So there's my little sales pitch for Kina. But yes, the journals are really great, and the thickness of the paper is awesome. You can paint, and I think the one thing she said that doesn't, the only thing that does go through is the really thick Sharpies, but my thin Sharpie's fine, like the permanent Sharpie, right? So yeah, but you can paint and all sorts. They're great. I really recommend it. But yeah, so actually, speaking of which, I am going to keep going with this. Yes. So I wanted to double check because we had a few new follows today. I'm trying. This week is like, I think over the next week or two, we'll probably get to 50. Yeah, we're at 41 at the moment. So 41 followers, which is pretty exciting. I didn't think I'd have like more than 5. So I'm very excited about that. As for my stuffs, you can see it on my like Twitch about page thing. My current plan is I'm sort of fixing my website up and getting all that in line. I'm saving with my buy me a coffee here. I'm saving up for an embosser for my original prints. I want to make those like more unique than just printing stuff out. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think we're at 40%, which is really neat already, which is crazy. I can't even believe that. And yeah, so my next sort of, after the film is all wrapped up in the next couple of weeks, my next plan is to start shooting with my new camera. If you weren't here earlier, I got a new camera. Yay! But it is without lens, so I haven't actually got to try it yet. My lens is coming tomorrow. And I'm going to be shooting, if you haven't, there's a trailer for the FMX presentation we did. So I'm going to be doing some more stuff like that, I hope. But more, like you'll be able to see that on my website and YouTube channel and all that jazz. It's all work in progress at the moment because trying to get the film done at the same time, so just slowly building all that stuff up. But I'm really excited. It's like a new chapter in trying to work all this stuff out. The film, been working on the film about 10 years, so you know, a lot of stuff got put to the side. I mean, some stuff did get put to the side, but you know, it's thank you for following Laser Limb. That's a great name. I love it. Thank you so much. Hopefully you can hear those sounds. I think I fixed them. That's Martin making weird sounds. It's my sound effects. Thank you so much for the follow. Yay, 42. Got 8 to go. Woohoo! I did try to make a little follower bar. I didn't succeed in making it work. So that'll be my challenge for this week. Maybe next week we'll hit 50. I don't know. And I also started designing, I mentioned it earlier I think, designing the emotes. So I've got one on the go. I've got a couple of ideas for the next one. I think I'm going to do like a little hand, like applause or something. Because I always want to use that in people's streams, like, yay, well done, you know. And I say yay a lot, so that's the one I've done so far. And then the third one, I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. I think a lot of people gave some ideas last week. We had a lot of suggestions. I don't think we heard it, although I had other sound on at the time. Also, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings and salutations, yay! Yes, okay, so you didn't hear the sound. Okay, well, I need to work out, not now, obviously, how to make sure that you do hear the sounds. Because I hear them, and they're hilarious. But maybe it's weird because I guess you can do test streams, so maybe I can do a test stream this week. Or I could even do a test stream live and just do some streaming tests, and if people are around we can just chat. Ramjoy, will you do a cat emote? Probably would be that would make sense, wouldn't it really? I should. I have this Tom who was here earlier lurking. I don't know if he's still lurking, but he did this really cool GIF for me for his one of his Twitch-a-thons. So cute! And this is our cat Walter. It's so sweet, or Wally. So something like that would be fun, I think. But I'm uncertain yet. I want to use this somehow. It's so great to advertise Tom's channel. But Laser Limb is a Friday murder friend. Oh, welcome, murder friend. We haven't played. Both him and Faraday have swung by from those lovely folk. Ah, that's so nice. Thank you. Oh, hang on. Do you mean murder cats? Yes. That's a great emote. Do you mean Murder Friday as in customs with not that Will Smith? Or do you mean, Among Us Murder Fridays? Will Smith, okay. There's many murders happening on Fridays apparently. But yes, welcome, not Will Smith fans and friends of Big Moves Barry. I think I should have Will as an auto host thing. We raided him last week. I think he was online already. So that was fun. My first, I think, was it last week or the week before? I don't know. Whenever my first raid was. A few weeks ago. Lose track. The weeks go by so fast. What's happening? Where does time go? I don't understand. Alright. So you can see, like, things aren't linked up yet. I'm just trying to get, and then, like, there's just wings hanging there in the air. Let's see. Is that on? Yeah, okay. So it feels like it's very fast. It feels like the ideas are there though. We want this to go for way longer. Let's see. So now I can sort of play. Oh, did I unfull screen my? Oh, why is it there? There we go. I was gonna say, yeah, now we can sort of play with some of the timing. Snap. And then dive. So I want this to be, what drawing is this one? I think it's this one, right? Oh, I don't need this, okay. Also need all those sick channel points so I can remember to drink water. And tea. Yeah, I like watching you guys play customs. I don't really play PUBG, but I really love all the drama. It's fun to watch. And then I usually join in when Will is doing Fall Guys because that's probably more my realm of ability these days. I used to really love Chivalry, if anyone has ever played that game. Just go in and like medieval Gilroy Jenkins all the 10-year-olds. Yeah, Fall Guys is now more my speed, I think, unfortunately. Maybe one day I'll try, but I probably let a lot of people down. Okay, so now I've got to work out. I've got a drawing here. And I don't want these wings to do this. And then a drawing here. There's no wings, that's good. I need that frame to be blank. And that one. Just so they match, so if I draw on those frames, I know what I need. Boop. Yeah, I was trying this week. Oh, I'll have to leave now, but thanks for sharing. Bye, dear. Oh, thank you so much, Random Joy, for stopping by. If you speak to Carla before I do, say hello. And yes, bye. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Can't remember what I was gonna say. It's gone from my brain. Okay, yeah, so it's still a bit crazy fast, but that's okay. So we want to work out this timing of the wings. It's crazy how long this stuff takes. It never, I know, like, I do it every day and it still always surprises me. I don't know why. Silly, I should know by now. Is that right? It's hurting my brain. So I'm gonna get rid of this. Here we go. Flap, flap, flap. Let's put the goggles on there. And then he goes forward. And back. Oh, I see, okay. So we want that to be empty. And that one. Snap back. Yeah, great. It can be a bit confusing when you've got many a layer that are sort of worked on in tandem a bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably not as tidy as I should be. I'm a bit chaotic when it comes to stuff like this, but the cool thing is I can just merge these layers and don't have to worry about it. Sure, I'll tell her night-night. Thank you, yeah, thank you. Take care. Have a good, you said night-night, so have a good rest of your evening. My time zone knowledge is stretching my brain. Alright, I still think it's a bit fast, but you can see where we're going with it, right? We need some more drawings in there. There probably needs to be one in here somewhere. I would say, well, a drawing for 2 frames. And then probably something here. Okay. Oh, and then because I added in a couple of frames, it got offset. Here we go. Should be that one, right? Okay. I think that timing is not too bad. It's not too bad. I think the bit annoys me. That is annoying me, or the feeling of it, is just before he pulls his goggles. So I think we could do with like another round of flapping, I think. Too many layers. So if I do copy and paste, and then move these two there, I think. Is that in sync? It looks right. Yeah, it's still a bit fast. I think maybe actually the flaps themselves are too fast. Let's try. Let's see. Okay. What do you guys think? I haven't added the scarf or anything. And his other layers, his face and his other the goggles and stuff we did were gonna be really broken. I like this bit at the end of the beginning. The early goggles are off. Bye. So we'll have to fix. Ooh, I heard that crackle again. At least it's only been a couple times, but I haven't heard that before. I wonder if it's it could be the headphones. They're pretty old. They're so old they have a plaster on them. So each of those green bars is one slide, and then you just link them up one after another for the animation. And I guess you can do layers upon each one for details. So when you say green bars, do you mean like this bar here? So basically in this software, let me know if that's what you meant. In this software, if I start at frame 0, or 1, I guess. I'm a bit offset here, but it's fine. You can have, if I was to start brand new, let's say, for argument's sake, we picked turquoise as someone earlier who was here just picked turquoise as the background just for visually looking at it. But you can pick anything. You can have it as transparent, checked, black and white, whatever. You can have none. But we have a colour for today. And then you basically have, you can have different, yep, I missed the beginning of the stream. Okay, I will do a little summary. It's always good to go over these things too, because you never know if someone's thinking about those questions, and there's often I'm watching a stream and I'm like, oh, I don't want to interrupt, or I'm not sure if I want to be, I don't know, called out, I'm feeling a bit shy today or whatever. So you can go to new, and you can pick different types of layers as well. Usually I just go for the animation layer. We don't need that many for this example. But you can make as many as you like. Then you have various options like Photoshop-y type things. If it's locked, if we can use the light box, which is where, if I show you on what we're working on, if I go to a frame, the light box is basically this thing, and you can call it onion skinning or various other things, but that's probably not a very good frame. But it will show you all the as many drawings as you want in advance, or preceding the current drawing you're working on. This is a bit insane because there's so many, you can't really see what's actually happening there. But usually I have like the frame before and the frame after visible. So you can turn that on and off here. And then within this, so let's just like a sort of brief overview. you can do your drawing. So I might do like a ball, say, and then on the next frame I can decide if I want that drawing to be just always there. Like say I wanted, so I've made a new layer and I want this tree. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Yeah, best tree you've ever seen, blah blah. What is that? That is bad. All right, it's a tree. And then I'm gonna use it to hold. So it means I don't have to make 1,000 frames of it. It's just gonna hold. And then this layer is gonna be my animation layer. And I can then move on to the next frame and do another drawing. Oh, I have it on that setting where it adds to it. Because it's a new, I think it's the plus button, because it's a new project. No. I can't remember what the thing is. I've broken it. Oh no. This is the best. You get to test my knowledge. Oh no. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, basically, oh, I drew it on the wrong layer. I'm such a newbie. All right, let's start again. There's their setting where it basically keeps the drawings on the same frames, and I thought I had that on, but it should break. All right, so if I draw a ball on the animation layer, not the background, and then I have a blank frame once I move along, and I can use the light box to see where I was before on the previous frame, and then I can keep going and just keep drawing on these frames, and then the ball's getting smaller. Shush, it's fine. It's just an example. I might want to see like all the frames I drew. So I know, actually what I would probably do is on this layer is have a little ground, so I know where to go to. And then it's the same principle, I guess, in what I'm doing right now. This is going to be beautiful animation. I can feel it. Let's put it on 12s because it's, let's be, that's really slow. Maybe 24 is fine. It's a bit fast. Oh, that's the best bouncy ball I've ever drawn. Anyway, I would spend more time figuring that out and fixing it. But that's basically how the layers work. So within my little animation over here in this clip, I basically I was trying to work with a layer for the body that you mentioned, and then I had different layers for different details as I was going, so like the face, the antennae, his goggles. But because I'm still kind of working out what exactly was going on with the goggles, I've sort of made this layer a bit of a mishmash of stuff while I'm figuring it all out. But the next stage would be to separate out those bits, because I just find it easier for cleaning up and like colouring in. You've got the different layers in front of one another. So probably what will happen is I'll take this layer down here and merge these two together as like my base, as my base, and then I can go in and tie those down to be neater drawings. And then you go in and clean those up to as polished as you want them to be. I still want them to be sketchy, but I don't want them to be like just working like absolute scribbly mess working out. So hopefully that makes sense. Oh, that's no problem. I don't mind explaining it. It's I really enjoy, that's why I'm doing it, I guess. I really enjoy talking about this stuff. So hopefully that example of that ball I did wasn't embarrassing enough to turn you off, because it wasn't very good. So I'm going to play this now so you can see that I can do some animation. So I am a bit, this stage for me is a bit chaotic, I would say. It is good if you can be organized. Like for instance, when the first week, I've got a bunch of different random layers here because we were just kind of like feeling out ideas. People were shouting out things. I had a sketchbook and we were writing stuff down. And so some of these layers are like, I think some of them are different drawings we were trying out, different ideas for poses and things like that. Little other animations on different layers. Warming up, trying to remember how to draw. Things like that. So then I've basically, within the project, I've been trying to split them out. So now we've got this Monty the Moth clip. I think they call projects or clips. I think they're called clips within the project. So this is Monty. And basically Monty the Moth is the, I guess, antagonist in a short film that is nearly complete. I've been directing it for about 10 years. And we've had about over 100 people help us on it over that 10-year period. It's called Cat and Moth. And yeah, we're really nearly done. Like the next week or two, we should have almost everything like up and together. These are just basically the little bits we're going to put within the credits, some little like pencil line tests for a bit of interest in there. So yeah, this one was just kind of like the goggles, and we haven't added it yet, but a scarf and some other stuff. Like, just collaboration with actually the audience on Twitch the last couple of weeks, just throwing out ideas of what we can add to it to make it more interesting. And I didn't foresee that at all. Like, when I was planning to do these animations, I was just going to do them in my own time. And I was so desperate. Oh! Thank you, Dragon Lady CH, I think, or Dragon Lady Ch. Thank you so much for following. Yay! I think that's 43. Hello, welcome. I'm counting today because I'm excited that I could reach 50. We don't know. But thank you so much. Thank you for popping by. I hope you're having a good Saturday. I don't know if you heard my spiel, but I was just going over what I've been animating over the last few weeks with help from CH is because I live in Switzerland and Dragon Lady is always taken. Okay. Cool. I'll stick to Dragon Lady then. And also Switzerland, that's so cool. I really wish I could go to Switzerland one day. My mum went there on holiday when she was a teenager and always talks about how amazing and beautiful it is. We have a couple of Swiss friends too. Yeah! Oh, I love that emote! What a cute thing! Oh my gosh, is it like a little raccoon or a little cat or something? That is very cute. Oh my. I want it. Well, welcome. And so the film is nearly done. I feel like I've been saying that for so long. But it is actually nearly done. Let me see if I can... The website is... actually, it's on my Twitch panel-y bit. I don't need to subscribe because it's me. I'm going to be updating that very soon because I've been concentrating on getting the film done. So there's a few things on it, but it does need a little updating because we've had new stuff since. But this is Ditto, our fluffy main character. And then I don't know if we have Monty on the front page at the moment. Oh, we don't. Don't know if maybe there's some in the gallery. Oh, we don't have... I think when we made the website, we hadn't had a lot of Monty stuff ready. Let me see if I can find a nice... I think I've got one of his renders. But yeah, it's a 10 years in the making, so it's very surreal, I think, is probably the word I'm looking for it to be nearly done. Is this the right shot? Oh yeah, there he is. That's our little guy. Whoops. That's our little Monty the Moth. He's very sweet. I've also got this one. Yeah. Boop. So this is kind of inspiring the credit animation we're doing in 2D. I want to remember who animated this, and I can't remember. We had a great bunch of animators, but animation wrapped quite a while ago now. If they're here, they can nudge me. But yeah, really sweet. Love it. He's so cute. And it's so lovely lit and everything. Rendered and all that. All that lovely fuzzy fur. Boop, Cat and Moth. Yes, thank you. That's the website. Yeah, yay. Is it going to be available to the public? Yes, eventually. So the tricky bit is as soon as we've hit upload on Vimeo, it's private to start with. And basically the deal is with that, the festivals have these like a lot of rules, I guess, in that there's various restrictions to apply. So I'm just gonna drink some of my iced tea. Oh, David's tea is the best. Oh, this colour is like David's tea actually. This one. It's a tea company in Canada. Sorry, a tangent. Yeah, so festivals have a lot of rules. I'm gonna switch to my face while I explain this. They have there we go. They have a lot of rules. Things like you can only have 10% footage out online publicly when you're applying to festivals, because they want the film to be shown at the festival to bring in people to see the films that are at the festival. So if people can see them all online, there's less reason for people to buy a ticket to go to said festival. There's also other stipulations, like I haven't quite wrapped my head around it. We've been doing the research for quite a while now, but things like if you show the film in a certain country or a certain province or county or state, depending on which country you're in, if you show it at a festival there first, the other festivals in that same area might not want to show it either. So there's lots of like picking which would be the best festival for the film, and does that mean we can't go to other festivals and things like that? Then usually that circuit of films lasts about 12 months, and that really depends on how successful we are with submitting the film. So if it starts to get into festivals, then we'll do the full circuit. If it doesn't get picked up as much, we'll put it online as soon as we can, because I'd rather people saw it and could share it, and I know the team are so desperate to share it with the world and their friends and family and everything. So it's definitely like a weird balance, but eventually, if it's at the very latest, it will be probably this time next year. It will go online, so everyone can just see it. And then depending on how the festival circuit goes, it could be sooner than that, but we just have to wait and see. Hopefully it does well. We've got we save up a good, well, I save up a good budget, and we also had a bunch of like sales. Like we have a poster and some postcards and stuff and some other bits and pieces, so I made some donations from those sales have gone straight into the festival bucket, so they'll pay for all the festival fees and applications and stuff. So yeah, we just have to wait and see. It's really I'm really excited. It's gonna be an interesting what's the word, like adventure, I think. The plan originally when applying to festivals was way before COVID, and the idea was to use them as a networking opportunity to hopefully make more films. But it's a little bit tricky now with with it not being in person, but it's definitely still, there's still opportunity there and potential for the film and things, so fingers crossed. Dragon Lady, hello! These are super cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we've, last couple of weeks, we've come up with I'd say we, but the audience have come up with some great stuff. I started to clean up a couple of these keys last week. I have some ideas to flesh out the actual animation more, but I wanted to show some cleanup because, oh wait, I'm not sharing my screen. Hang on. Oop, there we go. I need to fix this for next week. Don't worry, I'll fix it. There we go. So I was cleaning up some keys last week just to show a bit of my idea for the cleanup for these animations, because I don't want them to be like pristine. This I'm still not that happy with. I rushed the keys a little bit. And I still have some ideas to flesh out the animation a bit more. So this week I was trying to focus on really getting this one down so then I can tidy it up basically. And I think we're gonna get pretty far in. I don't know if we'll get to clean up stage today. We might just start it. But if not, it means we've got a solid base. What I'd like to do is to be able to clean. Maybe next week I can just do cleanup. I need more practice with that anyway, so I'd be excited for that. And then we were also playing around with, cup smashing. I wasn't that happy with this one, so I think I'm going to have another go at it. Cup breaking. We also had some other little drawings from ideas from people in the audience. It's really fun, like ditto with Heimlich wings, I guess. What's his name? And Bug's Life, is it Heimlich, I think? And were there any others we had? Oh, we had ditto falling. I've got, that's, oops. Hide those. See, I had different colour last week. Change it up. So ditto falling, I need to work on that one. I think I'm going to make her much smaller, and also I need more drawings so she can enter and exit frame. So yeah, this is the one we're doing today. This is the where we were at. So, excuse me. So that's where we were at, and then today we've been working on that middle section, getting those goggles like snapping on his face. And I'm gonna keep going. I think there's a few more drawings we need in there. Do you want lunch now? What is it? Is it loud? Is it crunchy? What, I think it was Keena last week called Big Moves mediator, like he's a moderator and the my Twitch maid. I can't remember the exact term. That was funny. Sorry, Martin. So he needs some wings. That would help. Oh, here we go. Is this okay? So if he's pulling, maybe his wings would be back here or something. Did I answer? Yeah. So I said about it. What's for lunch, Barry? He sounds more like a minder than anything. Yeah, that is not far from the truth. And yes, what is for lunch, Barry? That's funny. You're my minder. Well, that's not a very appealing shape. But yeah, I can't wait for the film to be in public. It's quite frustrating that it just takes so long, but it's worth it. I think we've got some material to release in the meantime over the next year. Sort of hopefully some nice renders and some nice. We made a teaser. It's kind of actually was a bit of a proof of concept for the actual like production itself in the end, because we were going to use it as the official teaser, but it looks quite different to how the film. Not different, but it's just evolved how the film is looking now. So I think we're still going to release it as a teaser, but also like with the knowledge of it being like our proof of concept, show that we could render something and it be what we expected. So in terms of actual other like material, I think we'll probably make some little other teaser trailers and things that we can come up with. Also with 2D 2D is a big element in the film, so there's potential to do 2D trailers as well and things like that. Material we can still work on. A lot of the licenses and things we were using have now all ran out. We had a lot of great sponsorship for the film that helped us elevate it, really. There's no way we would have finished it to the standard it is at now. So I'm very thankful for that. Whoa. Hello. What a mash. Whoa. Oh, they didn't turn off. Okay. There we go. With those all ending now, there's only so much we can do with what we've already made as we've gone along. Like we've preempted making things we can share in the meantime. So we're just finishing those up now. Hopefully everyone enjoys it. How long is the film? Good question. I think lunch is circles of meat and some tubes of sweet potato plus some green. Plus some green. Okay. We didn't make it, but it's probably not stream friendly. Oh, damn it. Then I guess I'll just wait. It's fine. I'm not like crazy hungry. Maybe I can eat like a Post-it note or something while I wait. I can blend it. Oh no, I'm not eating baby food. Thanks. I'll drink my tea. How long is the film? The film, actually, Big Moves is lol. Yeah, I'm not eating that like weird smoothie. I'm not those people from Wall-E just yet. On the edge, but not quite. So Big Moves is actually the editor on the movie, so he'll be able to tell you the precise what's the word? Time count? Oh gosh, I've forgotten words. Every Saturday I feel like I run out of words by the end of the week. I think with credits, the rolling credits at the end, it's about 7 minutes. But there was a lot of people, like you saw the video I showed, well, if you saw it earlier, I can get it out again. But the credit video itself is, let's see, time code, is 1 minute 7. So there's a lot of people, right? Loads of people. So the film's, I guess, about 6, it's like 14 hours long. Oh yeah, 7 months. What? Minutes. The editor is broken. It's 7 months long. Yes, no, no. So the credits is 1 minute 7. So I guess it's actually, so 7:21. Okay. So take away 1 minute 7. It's like 6 minutes and 14 seconds ish, I guess. The funny thing is, I always wanted to aim for 3 minutes 50 because I feel like that's a kind of amount of time that someone, I think, well, originally it was meant to be 1 minute, which is stupid now thinking about it. But not stupid, but the way it evolved and my aspiration for it, 1 minute was underestimating what I was trying to achieve. But for me, like 3 minutes 50, if I see like a Vimeo link being shared at work or something, I'm like, I can watch that, cup of tea, and get back to work, as a break or something, if it's a film. It was always like my ideal thing. And also realizing that even though Vimeo says, or YouTube or whatever, says 3 minutes 50, they still have the credits, right? So the film isn't going to be that long. So that changed my perception a little bit of those time codes. And now we've got in those sort of standards, we've got a fairly long short film. I am a bit worried about the timestamp and it putting people off because the credits are a minute. But I find when I'm watching it doesn't feel long. So I'm hoping that it feels the same for when people watch it when it's out. But yeah, it's definitely a tricky balance because I know what I'm like. If I see something that says 12 minutes, I'll think about 12 minutes of the thing. I've got a lot to do today, or it's too long for a break between something. So, but then usually what happens is I'll watch it and about 2 minutes of that is the end credits. So yeah, it's definitely a tricky balance. That's a good time. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good to hear. It's definitely been a bit of a worry of mine. Trying to think about the psychology of that, but also I didn't want to. That we tried to make the story more efficient, and we just found that you're cutting out pieces that it doesn't give enough. Like it's quite a hyper film, I think. So it's hard to, you don't want the audience to be like, well, like just smashed in the face with information. So you want the time to be able to tell it without everyone being like, what was that? Oh, wait, what happened, So definitely a skill to tailor something to something shorter. And I think if it's 1 minute, it needs to be like one thing, like one beat. There were there's a great, I don't know where they exist, but I remember at university they showed us a 60-second film competition of animations, and there was a great one of like the whole film was I think it was a little old lady or something. She was pushing a shopping trolley up a hill. It was really windy, and like the entertainment factor was like, one, if she gets, if she's getting her shopping to the top of the hill, and like, there's wind and like stuff comes out of her trolley and stuff. And then she gets passed out of shot into the, up the hill. And you're like, yeah, she did it. And then the punchline was her riding the trolley back down, like, whee, like a roller coaster. And the whole point was her pushing the trolley up the hill wasn't to get her shopping home. It was so she could ride back down the hill. And I really love that. And I think something like a beat, like a concept for 1 minute is much better than trying to make like a whole movie, like a whole, character arc or narrative, or like there's the Looney Tune cartoons are 7 minutes, I think, 7 and a bit. Short film you like, but a little more and it makes you want more. Short film you like, but a little more. It makes you want more. I think I understand that sentence. Like leaves you wanting more, do you mean? But yeah, I guess with anything, if yes, yeah, okay, yeah, leaving you, yeah, exactly, like giving you a sort of hook, I guess, something, especially if it's long in time, you don't want to be watching it feeling like it's long, even if it is slow paced. It doesn't have to be fast, but it's got to be it's got to make you want more to keep watching, and it's got to have the pace that fits the story. And that's what I find so intriguing about slow paced movies that aren't boring because it's like they've really honed down that timing and intrigue, and you're so invested in the whole thing that you don't want to turn it off. Whereas if someone said, "Hey, do you want to watch this really slow-paced movie?" Like for me, for my brain, I'd be like, "Oh, nah, that sounds. I don't think it would keep my attention." But then, like something like Paris, Texas, or I'm trying to think of something slow, Nebraska or something, where it's quite slow paced, but there's just something about it that's so compelling. You're like, you just can't not watch it. Yeah, those films to me are like, they've obviously honed down the craft of timing to the point of keeping. I mean, it's not keeping everyone engaged. Not everyone likes that, and that's okay too. Like I'm not in it for everyone to love the movie. I just hope some people like it. The main thing I would like from it is that it encourages other people to make movies. That would be the nicest outcome. But yeah, I don't expect everyone to like it. it's like things like, I don't know, Lego Movie. I know, like, I find that movie hilarious. And I really thought my dad would too, because we have very similar sense of humour. But he was like, no, it's too mental. It's too crazy. There's just too many things. And I was like, oh yeah, I can see that. I can see it being too intense for some people. So it's definitely like interesting to analyse them. It's not about just like whether you like it or not, I guess. It's the old story. Do something you enjoy and you'll attract people who like the same things you do. Yeah, exactly, Dragon Lady. Yeah. I think that is a big part of it, right? Like finding, that's what I like about Twitch, is you find communities that suit what your sensibilities are. And sometimes it's not even like the thing they're making is what you want to make or do. Like I really like some of the wood carving streams. I would probably do like wood carving once in my life, maybe, if it was like, if someone was doing it at a party or something. But it's not like something I'd go out and do as a hobby, like, it's not something I would think to do. But I really like the streams because it's just the sensibilities of the nature of it, of how they're creating it. Oh, that looks a bit long. And it's attractive to me because of the way, the temperament, I guess, and the pacing of those communities. Like, it's very relaxing. And then there's other streams where people are like painting to drum and bass, and if you're, on a Saturday night or something, you're like, yeah, cool, oil painting and like beats. So yeah, it can depend on the mood. And yeah, I think a laws of attraction is, I've done his body all wrong. He looks like a bee. What's going on? Here we go. He's like an ice cream cone. But I'm trying to get this. Yeah, I think laws of attraction plays a huge part. You actually care for the characters. Yeah, exactly. Like you are invested in what's happening to them, whether it's fast or slow or happy or sad or whatever. If you're invested in liking those characters, then I think it's such a big thing. I always used to think, like, well, I think story is king, but character-driven stories are like, yeah, it's just, it's so, something about it is so, oh, I'm not enjoying this wing. That's what it is for me. Like, for instance, I really love, I haven't watched it in a while, actually. I used to really love Jungle Book. And that is just a character story. It's not really, nothing really actually happens in terms of, like, events. It's just Mowgli's meeting lots of different characters through the forest and evolving and growing up. And I know some people just hate that because it's just, there's nothing happening. It's just a boy running around meeting people. I'm going to need to make you watch, oh no, Tatu. I can say his name when I'm not reading it, I feel like. But I'm going to absolutely butcher it now. Sure, I'm not going to try. The Stalker one, alright, one day. That is a slow-ass film, but it's still incredibly compelling and beautiful. I would love to see it. That sounds intriguing. Yeah. Because it's definitely something I wouldn't, like, if I'm like, oh, what I'm in the mood for. I'm always, I usually head towards comedy, but I really love those types of movies when I watch them by accident, I guess, or I'm not made to watch them, but like, we get into them. They're put on the TV, and I'm like, oh, this is good, but it's not something I would necessarily pick straight out the bag. I actually draw with heavy metal playing, so yeah, I get it. Lol. Amazing! Oh, heavy metal. Tarkovsky. I thought it was Tchaikovsky, like C-H. Tarkovsky. Oh, hang on, I'm thinking of the composer. Tarkovsky. Ah, that's a clever way of writing it. I like it. Thank you. I won't remember it, but thanks. Yeah, heavy metal. So I have a funny story about that. An animator I used to work with at Frame Store many moons ago, like I guess 10 years ago now. Very quiet guy, really tall, lovely man. He was like much older than me at the time because I just started. I was like fresh graduate, and he was. So I would have been like 21 or 2, and he was about 45-ish or something. So like our age gap was pretty big, but we really got on very well. And he was very quiet. He wasn't shy, but he, man of few words. And he would be animating at his desk. Well, not with a 2D, he'd be, with his mouse or whatever. And I'd be like, hey Steve, can I ask you a question? And he would take his headphones off, and like he's just like quite like he looks like he's like really like relaxing, like maybe he's listening to like some meditation music or some like classical music, and he's just like, oh, animation, I'm animating this, I don't know, whatever it was, mole or we usually did like octopus or something, or fish or whatever. La, la, la. Take off his headphones, and because he's got sound cancelling, take them off, and it's just like screaming metal, like full on. And I don't mind some metal, but I'm definitely not extreme hard metal. I'd say somewhere like the softer mainstream, like sort of, I guess, Metallica, like that sort of side of it, or Rage or something. But he was like, his was just full on screaming, yes, how can I help you? And then he would help me, and he'd be like, okay. And he just looked so happy. I just loved that it was just pure screaming. It always made me laugh. Hey Kina, lurking, still walking home. Ah, yay, hurrah for the summer. I don't know if you were here earlier, if you were lurking, but someone came in and asked me about your journal. So I gave them the lowdown. But yeah, I love that when metal music is, I really like that, I guess, image of him doing that, and it just all these screams. So it's so funny. So what's the word? Inconspicuous, I think, is the word I would use. Oh, no problem at all. Yeah, I showed them the shop and we sent them the link, and they seemed very enamored by your artwork, so hopefully they will get in contact or whatnot. I don't know. Let's see. I've been chattering and drawing. Have I done something? Okay, it's not too bad. It still needs some more drawings in there though. I think we can go a bit faster. But yeah, I love people's different music habits, like when they're working. I definitely can't listen to really lyrical music. I would prefer silence usually, but some points in the day I really like let me see. That's like me listening to Motown when I'm working. Oh, Motown, that's fun. I love a bit of Motown. Yes, please. Me and Big Moves listen to a show that's on the BBC Radio 6, I think, Channel 6. And they do funk and soul it's a Saturday evening in the UK, but here it's probably about now, live. And the funk and soul show with Craig Charles, that's his name, right? I always think I'm saying Daniel Craig. Craig Charles. And that's Motown. He does a lot of funk and soul. It's really, really fun. I like that one a lot. But I listen to a lot of Alpha Waves, which you can find on YouTube, and Pi Corner Audio. But Alpha Waves are great. They like seep into your brain somewhere. People also never believe me when I say it. I'm 52 and like to dress in a 1920s style, but metal is my fuel. Oh, awesome. I love 1920s clothes. That's amazing. Oh yeah, I would I very, very, very slowly have been trying to make my wardrobe more, I guess 50s ish. Somewhere between 50s and 80s, I guess. But I really do 1920s. I love the cuts. It's really nice. And then combined with metal. I like that. It's a good juxtaposition. I look like I'd be listening to metal. Oh, okay. I see. So you look like a metalhead, but it's like people expect you to take off your headphones and hear the screams. Boop. Oh yeah, there you go. BBC programs. Is it radio 6? Craig Charles, Funk and Soul Show. Yeah, Radio 6 Music. That's it. 6 Music. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, he's live every Saturday. He's live right now. At I think 8 p.m. UK time ish. 6 Music. Yeah. I listen to metal and punk. Sometimes it's the only way I can nap. Ooh. Oh, I've never heard about nap. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, what people fall asleep to, music-wise. Huh. I feel like sleep, I tend to do better with, like, radio, like podcasts or TV shows or something that's just chatty. Or, like, I like listening to Martin if he's playing games. Just like the chatter, I think. But yeah, music taste is funny, and yeah, music taste, but not just music moods, I guess. Like what time is good for certain type of music. But yeah, at work I definitely stick mostly to alpha waves or ambient. Like I have a coffee shop YouTube sound recording that I love. You hear all the little stories in the coffee shop. Someone, I guess, recorded a while ago. And I don't know what else I listen to these days. Sometimes I'll just have nothing. I think it's just how my brain works when I'm working, but it's usually non-lyrical, I would say. Go to, but it's whatever I think works, isn't it, really, I suppose. I know in the animation industry there's a big thing about like unplugging and not having like all this stuff going on in your ears because you got to do a lot of concentration, although it's exactly what I'm not doing right now. But I think it's so subjective because the music might help you not get distracted by other things. So, that is not right, is it? So yeah, it's definitely tricky. I want that to overlap. Oh, I'm going maybe a bit too far away. I want the wings to overtake. There we go. Pew, pew. Pew, pew. This is what I need the sound effects for. I want... I don't know if you can hear my tummy rumble. Hopefully not. Looks a bit like he's... This might not be the right drawing, but we'll try it, we'll see. Yes, and then that would mean this one would be more like that, I think. So then I want another drawing there. Oh, what did I miss? I missed time for me to go. Thank you for sharing the process. It's really interesting. Thank you so much for coming by, Laserlyn. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll try and cut your next stream to learn more. Yay, thanks. Well, for now, I'll be doing every Saturday. I really appreciate you popping by. I've been doing 10 till 1 Saturday mornings, Pacific time. And then I'm hoping to do some, I'm not quite sure yet when, but maybe some evening or lunchtime ones. Try and reach that all-important affiliate. Yay! We're nearly there. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. See you on Murders on Friday. Yes, I will be listening in, I'm sure, and for the chaos. Yes, have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much. I mean, it's great. It's really it's been so nice having only been streaming for 3 weeks and already his head is massive. Whoopsie. And already having this so much support really surprised me. We had, I think it was last week, I got gifted 5 coffees, which was incredible. So exciting. Just 40, what were we on? 42 or 43 followers. I did not expect that. I spoke to, and also my plan isn't to be I'm not trying to be big or a streamer or anything like that. I just want to chat to people. Tom was saying this yesterday too. I really love the community side of Twitch. I just want more of that. I want to meet people and learn stuff and hang out. So already I it surpassed my expectations in terms of chatting to people and learning about where they're from and what they're up to and getting input on the animations. That was amazing. That's been amazing. I didn't expect that. I really that makes me really happy. And I just hope it can grow. We keep saying we on Cat and Moth, we would have bi-weekly team meetings, so we can sort of catch up and see where everyone's at, and if everyone's if anyone's got any problems or whatever. And it'd be a bit of a social thing too, right? Hang out. And I just really miss that element. And so Twitch really, I was like, wow, it's kind of that, isn't it? In a, it's similar. Obviously, in a team meeting, people can talk back to me with their cameras, which makes Twitch a bit different. I just have to keep chatting. But that was always my goal with the Cat and Moth meetings too. If I set a time for the meeting and that I would show up, and if no one turned up, it's fine. My goal for the meeting is to go over what we've been up to, make sure everyone knew anything that was happening that was maybe new for the project or that needed to be focused on for the coming week. And then, they can watch the recording if they're not there. And so, but what I found is that people just came. People wanted to hang out and chat, and it was great. And then the people that couldn't or didn't want to, didn't have to. They'd either watch the replay or we chat in Slack. It's just something nice about that, that sort of community, I guess. I had vaguely considered trying to sign up after COVID to some kind of art course or degree just to find people with like-minded sensibilities and making art and things, but one, that's an expensive way to find people, and two, it's Twitch, and I just kept thinking about it, and I kept putting it off in that I wanted to really plan it and have it all ready and perfect, and there was just one Wednesday I was like, no, I'm just gonna do it. Just do it. Let's just try it out. Let's just go. And here we are. Here we are 3 weeks later. 3 streams later. It's awesome. So thank you for all the support and the follows, and I like the company too when I work, either watching someone like now or streaming myself. Yeah, exactly. Oh. Thank you for the 3 coffees. Oh my gosh. Kiana, if I'm saying your Kiana? Am I saying that right? Thank you so much. That's amazing. You're doing great. Thank you, Alekin. Oh, did I say that? I said that wrong, didn't I? Alequin? My mouth. I need to drink some tea. Iced tea, so it's mostly water, really. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh my gosh, yay! Thank you for the coffees. I'll have to update my little, I put the percentage where we're at for the savings goal. I really appreciate it. Thank you. 3, that's amazing. Yeah, no, I can't, the support from you guys has just been like, just nothing I would imagine. Like, I remember starting and thinking, well, at the very least, I can, I'm constantly working with animators and giving them feedback on the side anyway. So at the very least, I can do something like that where it's like maybe a tutorial or something. And if no one watches, it doesn't matter because I can record it and I can share it, and maybe someone somewhere will, find it useful. So even if there is no, like, the community is Martin and my mum or something, then I can still make, hopefully make some helpful content for someone somewhere that would, and then that was my, I just thought, I'll get at least one because Martin. And then the rest has just been like, yeah, it's really, what's the word? Inspired me? I don't know. I'm just really grateful. It really surprised me. And embosser sounds sick. Yeah! That's what I'm saving for in the Buy Me a Coffee at the moment. That's my goal. I did it that way rather than the Twitch donations thing because I was quite intrigued by their platform and how that worked. There's something about it where I've done the same for other people, like buying, if someone's helped you with something, buying them a coffee. I don't know, there's something about that feels nice to me. And I feel like the embosser, which I'm really excited about, is something very tactile and nice. It's like something about a coffee shop, and the embosser felt very like that. At first I was like, it could be for my camera or something like that. And I was just like, it didn't feel special. And so I thought it was a nice place to start, and just, to be honest, apart from Martin giving me a cup, I didn't expect anything from it, but I just thought, and also their platform is pretty cool. It's a bit like Patreon. You can, I haven't really gone through all that stuff, that side of it, but you can have it simple and just people donate coffee, but you can also set up tiers, and you can have those tiers reflect, like if someone wants to, if they're a musician or something and they want to give you different tiers for different levels of sharing, whatever it is, like if they want to share like behind the scenes and stuff like that, or they can just have different tiers for different like support levels if you're just investing in that artist. The difference is with Patreon, I think you need a log on and everything. I think with, as far as I can tell, with Buy Me a Coffee, you don't have to register, you can just go. So it's nice to be able to support people that way, that there's less resistance, I guess. But I like the platform so far. But yeah, the embosser, I'm excited about that. I've been looking at designs for the actual stamp and trying to work out what would be best. There's this lady who, this is the radio show. Do I have, can I open, if I open my, here we go, okay. Oh no, don't play sound. Here we go. Let me just find, I've got a bookmark here somewhere. If I can find it. Oh yes, here we go. There's no sound or anything. So there's this lady that is a artist at our friend's gallery. She has her her artwork. I don't know if it was there at one point. I don't know if it's still there. But she has prints, and she makes each print unique by painting gold leaf on them, and then she has her embossed like signature, I guess, whatever you want to call it, like over the signature and stuff. And I was like, there's something about it is very like, it's beautiful, too corny of a word to say. Just I don't know, just felt really like you're handing off the print, like it's not just printing out the printer, right? It's something about it. I'm going to duck out for a bit. If anything bad happens, make a loud noise and I shall return. Thanks, Barry. The only moderator we have. Okay, I will shout if we need you. Less clicks is key. Less clicks. Yes, exactly, right? Yeah, if you want to support people and artists, it's definitely trickier if you need to, convince them to register and convince them to sign up and convince them to do this and blah, blah, blah. If there's a simple way of supporting people, I think you're more likely to find the support, I guess. I haven't tried the other ones. I know there's like Ko-fi, I think, and some other ones like that. But they're like, if you go on those platforms, there's a whole host of really cool, talented people, and Patreon too. Patreon has, I think it's different in that to me it's like a creative social media news feed, I guess. Like I know that all the updates on there are going to be things that I picked to see, like no adverts. So that's nice in that I know if I go there, I'm not going to get, I don't know, depressed by some news that someone's sharing that I didn't want to see that day. I think the same. I made an account on a similar site just in case. Yeah, exactly. It's just, it's just to have it there, I think is a good thing. Yeah, her artwork's really great. What was her name? Elizabeth. My memory is awful, and I've closed the blooming thing now. Let me find out. If you want to follow her. She was in our friends gallery. Elizabeth Waggett. And she does, this is my wrong. Hang on. Let's move it over here. Boop, 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 boop. I just make sounds. I need the filler sounds. I need as a button. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, so Elizabeth Waggett. I can actually just share it in the chat if you're interested in her stuff. She does a lot of these realistic, I guess sort of realistic monochrome lobster and insect paintings. Like, it's crazy. Oh, I'm not logged in, alright, but the detail is insane. And then she gets them printed, and she will do in her all her prints will be like, see there's this gold leaf on wrapped around the claw. She will do that onto the prints to make them like a limited run of unique versions, so they're not just prints, if that makes sense. But her stuff's really cool. She has all these insects. It's actually, the funny thing is, when I first saw her stuff, it's not something I would generally wouldn't have been my taste usually, but there is something about them that I do like, sort of Saatchi Gallery-esque or something. I don't know. I've grown to really appreciate. First thing, if someone said to me, "Do you want a giant lobster on your wall?" I'd probably be like, "Huh?" But I don't know, something about it, just her process and what she shares about it. It's really cool. But anyway, just something. I think it. One, our friend had shared it, but the embossing and stuff and how she treats her artwork. Yeah, hyperrealism. Yeah, it wouldn't necessarily be my go-to, but I think just the way she treats every piece as important as the next, whether it's printed or original, is really cool. And then something about it feels more special, I guess. Sorry, let me catch up with the chat. Not corny, it's classy. Yeah, classy is a good word. Did I tell you I studied print at BCIT? This is right up my alley. No way! Did you? Oh, awesome, Gossamer. Gossamer TV also has a Twitch channel. She's awesome. They stream, is it Dark Souls? I think. So if you like gaming, definitely check out Gossamer. Martin's my shout out and he's disappeared. So if he comes back, hopefully he can share your channel. Gossamer, there's no way. I didn't know you studied print. That's awesome. Did you enjoy it? Well, you says it's right up your alley. So did you make original prints, or were you printing other people's art, or how does that work? Or is it like actual screen printing? I'm really intrigued. I want to know more. Kofi is the one I'm using, but I don't use it much for now. Yeah, I think Kofi or coffee. I assume it's coffee because it's meant to be coffee, but they always seem to write it with the little thing, so hyphen. I think coffee. I've supported a few people through that before. There was definitely another one I've used for like teachers. If I've had like my French teacher use this one and some other stuff. You can always appreciate something without wanting it. Yeah, you can always appreciate something without wanting it on your walls. Exactly. Yeah, like it's the same as well. Like, hello. It's the same with making your own art, right? You can appreciate the process, so you don't have to hang it on your wall. It's part of that. I've been trying to actually. I've been develop my first course I want to make. Oh, that goes a bit funny there. Is about the fear of the blank page. I think that's where I'm going to start. And it's the same sort of conversation, I guess. Like, reminding yourself that if you're making something, whatever it is, that you don't have, it's about the process and enjoying the process. You don't have to make it for anyone or anything. It's not about, that's a bit wrong. It's not about making something for a gallery, or, you don't have every piece or every drawing or every piece of writing, whatever it is. It could be anything creative. It's adding that extra layer of pressure of like, oh, this is meant to be, the piece. This is the one for, I don't know, the Tate Modern. Why, it's going to be, I've already decided I'm not going to live up to my expectation. And if you do that, it's just, that blank page is going to stay blank. So I've been doing started a little bit of research about trying to listen to other people and how they feel about a blank page, and what things go through their mind, and trying to work on eradicating that fear, I guess. It's something I did a lot at university. I ran there was a bit of a complaint that we didn't have enough life drawing. And so I ran, with the help of a few people, I ran a life drawing class. And I would set a sort of, not curriculum, but every week we'd have a theme, or I don't know what the word would be, like a kind of a guideline, I guess. You didn't have to follow it. You can come to the life drawing class and do whatever you want, right? But I had it there so that people that maybe felt a bit worried about the blank page, or didn't know, or were new to life drawing, or, not very confident or something, just something to go off of. And I've done that in other classes too, like when I've worked at studios and stuff, tried to do the similar structure. And it's meant to be no pressure. So like I said, it's guidelines. If you want to try the exercises, you can. If you don't, that's fine. Just do whatever you want to do. Like it's, I'm similar in that it's that sort of stubborn artist thing. You don't want to be, I wanted to paint this today. I don't want to do what you tell me to do. I'm always a bit rebellious at school with art classes. So I try to make it more that, if you're stuck, this is something you can look at or try. Or, you can start the lesson doing whatever you want, the class. But if you get stuck halfway through, you've got some prompts to try out some exercises to try and break out of those fearful moments. Oops. I think it can be such a what's the word? Stickler for getting anything done, right? Procrastinate. Gossamer, yes! Just graduated last week. Oh, shit. Okay, so you've been studying that recently. I see. I wasn't sure if that was like a while ago or... Amazing. I'm not much of a designer, so I tried to avoid that. But we learned how to print oh no. It's a word I can't say. Lithography? Lithography. Lithography. Lithography? Ugh, I'm butchering it, sorry. Bookbinding, digital print, all sorts of stuff. No way! That's amazing! That's so cool. Did you enjoy it? It sounds like you did. That sounds amazing. Yeah, well, you said yes, so I'm guessing I asked you that already. That sounds really cool. Do you know what direction you want to take that in? Not that you have to know, but that sounds awesome. I know Kina, who was here earlier, has a little bit of bookbinding backgrounds. Dragon Lady, nice. I do the same when I teach drawing for the same reasons. I don't like a fixed format either. Yeah, right? Yeah, I think with creative things, having like a solid curriculum is really tricky. I mean, you know, schools have to do it because they need to mark it somehow. But it's oh, he looks a bit like a sausage here. I think it can be in some ways damaging because you're restricting the artist from doing what they want to do, you know, just playing. And then they might get scared of like the process or the comparison. So I think the best way is to have exercises that can just really help get you out of your own head, whatever that may be. I use a lot of different ones. I have a whole bunch that I've picked up over the years. Things to loosen up with, which I'll go over in my course, I hope, in my plan. But yeah, blank page is such a can be such a sore subject, I think, for all sorts of creatives, because you're already prejudging what you haven't already done, even if you've never done it before, and that's no good. Gotta make the stuff. And I think also it's like, oh, what if I do something and it's the wrong thing? It's like, well, it's okay, just do another thing. I think that's also tricky because you don't want to waste time. But I really like, there's a quote that I read many moons ago. I think it was from the book Drawn to Life, but I'm not entirely certain. And they said, there's no such thing as a bad line, which basically meant to me, in all forms of creativity, it's a drawing book, but I take it everywhere I go. And I read that as, you know, even if you do a bad line, or what you perceive as a bad line, or a bad painting, or writing, or piece of music, or whatever it is, it's leading you in the direction you want to go in. You've cancelled out the things that you don't like. So it might be a bad line to you. Someone else might love that line. Be like, oh, I don't like this line, but now I know what I want, so it's not bad, right? It's never bad. I don't know if hopefully I explained that correctly. Gossamer TV, you teach drawing, you should teach me, I suck. I like my program, but COVID made it weird. I'm starting as an account manager next week at a graphics firm. Ooh. So many things. I'm gonna answer all of those. I teach drawing. I've done basically, I've ran life drawing classes, and within that taught drawing exercises to help people loosen up. I would absolutely love to do a class on like not just like the current tutorial I'm writing. The current course I'm writing is more like a talking head about just general. Ooh, my headphones ran out. Oh, it's fine. Hello, can you hear me now? The joys, yes. The joys of like, yeah, okay, good. That's so weird. So, my Bluetooth on my headphones ran out, which is nothing to do with my microphone, which is here. Somehow that cut out my mic. So I guess some output somewhere was relying on the headphones being attached. I think in my voice mod, it was probably, basically I use, the sound might sound a bit different right now. I use this thing. And I think because this was set to my Bluetooth, these are plugged in now, right? And I think whatever this output, it's screwed with the input. I don't know why that would even matter, but I guess it does. But you can all hear me now, so it's all fine. Yay! Thank you for saying, because I wouldn't have known otherwise. See, this is why it's lovely having, like if I was here on my own, scribbling away, recording this, and then the sound died, I would probably cry a little bit. I recorded some feedback for someone last weekend and I spent about 40 minutes doing it. And I watched back on the recording and the sound had not worked. And safe to say the next video was not as long and definitely sounded pretty sad. In that I was just like, hello, I have to record it again. So my sound might, I don't know if it sounds different, but it should sound the same, I hope. But anyway, thank you for that. Sorry, so Gossamer was saying you teach drawing, and I was saying I would love to teach drawing. Let me know what sort of things people would like to know. Generally I have a couple of animation students that I give feedback to. But I'd love to do more drawing stuff. But yeah, the tutorial I'm writing at the moment, course I should say, that I'm writing at the moment is more about creative blank pages, but I would definitely like to do something focused on drawing. The life drawing classes I ran were, I don't know, I just really enjoyed seeing people open up using the exercises. But yes. Thank you for all this. No sound. Yeah, the joys of live streaming. Yes. It's always something. It's been actually, this week has been the least technically challenged, I guess. I definitely need to invest in some headphones without, they're held together. There's a plaster or a band-aid, whatever you like to call it, and some duct tape. And these, I think these are hand-me-downs from Martin. I used to have bows, but they died after about 5 years, so they're in a box somewhere. I'm too sad to throw them away. So I should probably invest in some headphones at some point. But yeah, we have gone a bit. I usually stay to about now, but I still want to do a bit more animation. You don't. I don't know. Does it matter if I just keep going? Just do a little bit more. I just want to make sure this is in a good place to clean up next week. But yeah, I sort of, I definitely want to get more into, hey, it's not too bad. Let me share my screen. After all that palaver, I hope it hasn't, turn these off, they go there, and then they should be on there. Yeah, okay. And that should be the same mic scene, so it should be fine. It's all you. well, I mean, it wouldn't work without all you lovely people, so I can never take all the credit. So this is where we got to so far. I think I'm pretty happy so far with, you know, these. I could do some more work on the goggles, like spinning around on his. They get a bit too small, and move around a little bit on his face. He obviously has no face at the moment. I turned that off because it's all offset. I like the dive. I think the dive helped a lot actually. And then we need the antennae for the other parts of the animation. But yeah, I definitely want to get this in a place so that next week it's just get back getting it done. Because the other ones are are much shorter. So I think those ones are sort of ready to go. Do any of these... Let's see if any of these actually still work. So we've got some rough antennae. Then we've got to match up with these drawings below in this other layer. We'll need some more antenna drawings, I think, for sure. So that one's the bent one. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, because we don't have any drawings for this bit. It's like here, right? So, and this one doesn't make any sense. You see, I can zoom in. This is, why am I looking at it so small? This is probably why my eyes are broken. You can see it moving. We don't need this. I don't think we even need this drawing anymore. Maybe we can see it later. No, I don't think we do need that drawing. Well, I have to go now. It was nice to watch you and chat. Thank you, Dragon Lady. Thank you. I usually do wrap up about 1 o'clock. I'm just going to make sure this is good for next week. Thank you so much for coming by. It was lovely to get to know you. Yay. Yeah. It makes me so excited meeting all these lovely people. Oh, let's turn off the onion skinning. There we go. We can see. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And I want that frame is here. So, I think it was like this drawing. That's so cool. Oh, yes. Oh, that emote is so cute. So good. The printing thing's really cool. I didn't realize that was what you were studying, Gossamer. That's super exciting. I'll have to pick your brain about it. Okay, then we don't need these ones because we've done this. Boop, boop, boop. Then he loses antennae. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, okay, so we have these rough scribbles we had from last week for the... Oh, I started to like work that out. Okay, great. All right, so we didn't waste a whole layer there, which is good. Goggles, I think, is going to be another story though. Let's see. So he flies up. His face gets detached from his head. Let's see. Let's delete them for now. That's okay. Let's delete that. And that, we don't need those right now. Oops. Pressing all the buttons. And then his goggles fly off down there. So we want that. See these little scribbles? He dives here. So I think this is this drawing. Yeah, we sort of roughed those in. There we go. Okay, it's good. There's another few drawings we didn't waste. And then I don't know what these were. What were these ones? Oh, this was us working it out, right? So we don't actually need this layer at all. Delete. Oh, whoops, confirm. My hand was covering it up. So I'm going to put goggles at the top, antenna at the couple of that. And then these two are really, they're all kind of a mishmash of everything right now, but I like to have a bit of order. Oh, also let's save, because we haven't saved once today. That's another thing, channel points. We should have a save. Where was I writing that list down? I have a lot of pages today. I have books behind me today. Let's write that down. Channel points. Save. For God's sake, save your work. Can you add a lamp in the background so he can do the Batman sign style in the light? That would be cool. I don't know if we can get that to work with the rolling credits, but I do like that idea because we have that. Here, let me see if I can find it quickly. Earlier when I showed you, if you were here. Oh wait, I have it open. The website. We have the poster, and he cast the shadow over Ditto. Monty cast the shadow over Ditto's face. It could have something to do with that. That could be fun. Let me have a think about that. I like that. I like that idea. My cogs are turning. Gossamer, haha, well, it's pretty niche set of skills, but if you ever need print or binary related help, I'm your girl. Amazing. Yes, please. Yes, I would love to know. I've been actually looking into if I switch to my face, I've been looking into printing a lot recently because I want to print my paintings and my digital work and my photography, which you can see some of down below on my little panels thing. And I've been looking at what's the best way to print those and the best way to also make sure they're secure and post them. Like, I didn't have much. We did a few tests with the Cat and Moth poster. We had 11 by 8, I think, or something. We didn't have much luck with the postal test we did with that, with our setup. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on the quality. And also, I looked at a lot of embossers, and I want a thicker printing paper. Whoa. What is that? What happened? Ooh, something went weird. And turn that off. That was interesting. I guess something broke. I want to use a thicker paper, but want to make sure I get the right embosser and all that stuff. So I'll definitely hit you up about that. Kina Inc. Finally, I can see you on a bigger screen. Finally at home. Welcome back, Kina Inc. Yay! Oh look, Kina's book is right there. It sure is. It's popped up quite a few times this stream. Here it is. Woo! It's massive. It's so pretty. That's Kina's painting. Very cool. The embosser is such a lovely idea. Yeah, my dad when I mentioned it to my dad, he got super excited. We were saying about how you can, can do like swashes of gold leaf and then emboss that like a paint stroke, emboss that, and it's something about that is like I'm touching the print, I'm part of it somehow. And people say books can't hurt you. Yeah, this is one hell of a book. I wouldn't drop that on my toe, that's for sure. Alright, I'm just going to switch back to my other screen. Yeah, look, why does it say that? Temporary unavailable. Something broke in the overlay thing. Stream Elements is having a day, I guess. I will just turn those off, I guess, for now. Oh, yes, and hi, Devious. Welcome. Hello. I've gone on a bit longer than I would do usually. I would have wrapped up by 1, but I really wanted to make sure this little guy was as close to possible as being like ready for cleanup. And I need to get it done. Like, I've got it's probably about a week to get all this stuff in for the film, because we're going to try and apply for festivals in June, and June is Tuesday. So yeah, I need to actually like be disciplined and just get it in a good enough place to clean up, really. So it's my own doing. I don't know. I'll see. I'll just play it by ear. So his face is all offset here, but that's fine. I'm gonna delete that drawing. Yeah, we go. So I haven't done the antenna, so the antenna and goggle layer we just added on to fix that bit. But I think overall it's fitting pretty good. So I think I'm gonna, woo, my voice. I think I'm gonna work on the goggles. Get those in there. Gossamer, definitely anytime. If you wait until I'm done getting trained, I can help you print anything you want. I'll make sure to give your friends and family discount. Ah, yeah, Gossamer, I'm in. And congratulations. You say you're starting. You said you were starting soon. Next week. So congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah, we should maybe we can have a Zoom coffee or something and catch up. Oops, I pressed the wrong layer. There we go. One day, in the not too distant future, we can actually go out for an actual coffee. One day. Oh wait, that's not his face. Oh no, they're on his head still. It's okay. I was like, his eyes aren't there. Yeah, hello, Stevius. I said that, didn't I? Hello, hello. And lo, I have returned. Rejoice, good people, for I am here. Welcome back, Bear. Yay. Did you keep watching the 24-hour stream? Who is that for? I can't remember what I went to do yesterday, then was in the Pyrealo? Pyrealo? Oh my gosh. Stream for a bit, and then Kobe stream. Too many streams going on last night. Hi. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, so many so many great streams. Get these goggles on his head. But yeah, if I can do these pretty roughly, I think we'll be in good stead for next week to wrap these guys up. I might leave this one for us to do next week and clean up the other ones during the week, if I can, between all the... Oh, they're a bit lower on his head there. I think I prefer it that there. Alright, let's go back. Then I can concentrate on cleaning this one up so you can see the process as I attempt to clean it up. Definitely the hardest bit for me, but I think if I leave them all to next week, they're not all going to get done. I definitely need to get them finished. Alright, that's a bit better, I think. Not so on top of his head. He needs room for his little antennae anyway. Could be a bit higher here, I think. I told Kina to ask you about the podcast shenanigans. Stream FM! Yeah, Stream FM! Oh my god, that was silly. Popcat, sorry. Totally, anytime. Yay, okay. Great, Gossamer. We can figure that out offline. We'll take it offline, as they say it in meetings at work. Okay, so he has goggles. Oh, you know what I could do for these ones? speed it up a little bit. Copy to brush. Clear. Oops. Oh, it's gonna be a bit. Oh, it's not too bad. That'll do for a rough base. Doesn't matter, it moves around a bit. I'll fix that when I get to it. Same with like the eye shape and stuff. I can fix that later. I wonder if that perspective would be better if it was a bit less, a bit more towards camera, but maybe I can look at that afterwards. Should be a bit more angry as well. Slap. They should probably be a bit lower. Yes, anytime. Yay. So for anyone that's just popping in now, we've been working on these little sort of pencil-esque tasks. Oh my gosh, it's getting to the end for sure. Pencil-esque tests for the end credits of the short film I've been directing called Cat and Moth, and they're gonna just go in, slot in the gaps of the credits at the end, and they're meant to be rough. These are not what's going on there. This is just like the base to like know where to go with it. And then next week I plan to clean this one up. Oh, that's a bit of a weird drawing, but whatever. And go through how it might look. I might do some practice drawings. Like, this shouldn't be off. I need to move him as well to make sure he's not like off screen, so we can do what we want with it in the edit. But I might do some practice cleanup stuff, frames just before next week. I think I'll probably clean up the other ones we started, and then use this one as the example of my process. Just because of time, I need to get it done so the movie can go outside. And oh no, that's the wrong thing. Can go outside and see the world. So is that right? Messed up something there. Oh, that's why. No, that's why. There we go. So yeah, so just in the spirit of speed, but I also don't want to like hide too much of the process or anything like that. I haven't done anything in the other weeks. I haven't done anything in between. But yeah, I think it's coming together. I think we have everything there we need. I think we could do with his eyes and the rest of it. I can rough them in. Basically, I just need all the like, what's the words? Like milestones of the drawings to know what to clean up. And then you can just get on with it, really. But I find if you don't have all the pieces there, it's easy to, I don't know, not know exactly where you're going, which is my worst way to procrastinate. I'm like, I just don't, it's so overwhelming, there's too many bits. Whereas this way, I've got no excuse, it's all there. I just have to remember how to draw. Copy to brush. And then clear. Yeah, clean up is, oh hello, it's got some eyes. Oh well, we can add those in. Yeah, definitely clean up is the hardest for me. Try not to lose all the juice that comes with sketchy stuff. And then my sketches are a bit crazy, so did I copy that? Yeah, okay. So, boom. And oh wait, what? Okay. Then we want this guy. Sort of cheating. It's not cheating. There's no such thing. And I'm gonna draw again anyway. Oh, that cheat did not land. Oh, it's fine. It's fine, you get the idea. Sorry, I will check the chat in a sec. Just, it's the concentrate-y bit. Just moving along ahead. His head. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then down. Should probably just have this on, would make more sense, wouldn't it? Up again. How many did I do? Okay. Let's see. Oh, what did I miss? What did I miss? Oh yeah, pocket. Okay, that was silly. So cute. Ah, thank you. Yeah, he's come along. I'm really happy with how it's coming, how it's turning out now. I think there's maybe some little bits missing, but I think it would be enough to I think maybe it's something to do with, like, obviously I've just shoved in the antennae, but I think the shape wouldn't change. I think I've done that incorrect. Well, it's not incorrectly. There's no such thing as a bad line, as I said earlier. Excuse me. But I think that shape wouldn't change yet. I've done the wrong shape, I think. Like, I think it would be this shape. So if I copy to brush. And then I think, yeah. Okay. Boop. So. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. Because that, it doesn't touch the things until here. So 33 is fine. Beep, 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 beep. Just sort of guessing. The funny thing is, when I was a kid, I was like, tracing was like, or not tracing, copying drawings was like my number one skill. Well, not number one, but I was pretty good at it. And I always liked how much likeness I could get from copying, like Winnie the Pooh or whatever. And later on I found out that was like that was quite a big like criteria when like people were applying to be in-betweeners at Disney back in the day, like in the 50s or whatever. I was like, if only that skill, if only I was born like 60 years earlier, maybe longer, 80. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it's a bit better. It's not perfect, but it definitely feels. There's a reason now they've changed shape. Sweet. And alright, I think we have everything. He's got his face. These antennae here stick out to me when it plays. If you watch. I just see them pop up. I don't think I want that. I don't like it. So I'm gonna take. And just that scribble has told me how I want to do those antennae, right? Which is cool. Again, if I'd have done it. Oh, I think my. Oh, hello. My pressure sensitivity went a bit funny then. Okay. I think if I'd have done a pretty drawing there, I would have been less inclined to delete it. So I'm glad I didn't. So for now, they're represented by these scribbles. So yeah, you see it's a bit too close to the top of frame. Like I'm obviously cutting off drawings that we need that drawing in there. So I have to work that out. But that won't change anything. I might just make the resolution a bit higher or something, or I might just move it all the way down. Nothing that you would miss in terms of process. But I think everything's there now. We might add the scarf too, but I'd rather get this done and then have time to add the scarf, I think. Because there's already so much going on. So I'm going to save it again. There we go, save. Are you going to draw his antenna pointing back so he can look faster? Like in the dive? Do you mean? In this bit? When there's more room, I would like this drawing to be more like they're down his back. If that's what you mean. Let me know. Mine too. I would copy stuff all the time. People would bring stuff to me and be like, draw this. Yeah, exactly, Kina, right? Yeah, I don't know if I still have them. I used to have on my Instagram some old, not that old, but some copies I did of. I'm not allowed to scroll through unless I log in. Well, that's lame. I didn't know Instagram did those things. I just want to look at my own thing. Can I remember my password? Yeah, save it's fine. Save. Let's see. My Instagram. It's very exciting. Do I have them on here? So there's some hand study copies I did. Like this, right? I did Stitch. Jessica Rabbit. This was more like slightly adaptation, I guess. Stitch I tried to copy. I have Winnie the Pooh somewhere. I don't know if he's still... Maybe I passed that already. Oops. I thought Winnie the Pooh... Oh, there's Winnie the Pooh. Winnie! He's so cute. But Winnie the Pooh is super hard, by the way. Oh, I do not have them. Oh, I must have archived them. No! I had some Looney Tunes drawings I wanted to share. Maybe I can... Can I view my archive online? Probably not. Boo. Oh wait, it's logged me in as a different account. Alright. Maybe that's why. Oh wait! I'm blind. I mean, not blind. I wasn't paying attention. Oh my gosh, Chrome, what are you doing? There we go. No, I just found it. Oh, here we go. Daffy Duck. I had in the UK and Montreal, I had a light table, and I would often do these sketches. They weren't tracings, they were studies. So like I would have the picture up on the wall and do studies from them. I think it's still very important skill for life drawing and just drawing and measuring things. Yeah, it is really useful. I definitely found as I got older, it was I still do actually. It's a problem that I am beholden to it slightly, in that I do get very nervous when not nervous, but I find it frustrating. Like if I'm following a tutorial and I like what I produce from that tutorial, I feel it's good, but it's not mine because I like did a good copy of what they did. And then the juice is when it comes out, you go in and do it yourself. Actually, I did a painting this week. Which reminds me of that. Oh, it's wet. I'm gonna get covered in paint. Let me make my face big. So I painted a tree. It will be better when I have a better camera. There we go. So I did this tree this week. The focus is rubbish. And it's still very wet. It was a tutorial. It's called Paint Coach. It's a tutorial, but it's what I've been doing is following along, right? Paint along with it. And then this week, what I decided to do is I just had the reference and I listened to the audio of him talking about it, mainly for the color mixing. He's really good with that. And I just did my own thing. I sort of took bits of what he was saying, and it was a bit of an epiphany, really, in terms of how I study. It was much more freeing, and I actually enjoyed the entire process. Usually what would happen is I'd enjoy it until the very end, and then I'd get really frustrated and I'd find it quite hard, but I'd still do it. But this way I was like, oh, it's now I feel like it's me. Like I imparted my own thing on it. Yes, in the dive. Okay, yeah. So the antennae, I will, my plan is to have them like streamlined down his back. Winnie the Pooh. He is hard. Yeah, all the Winnie the Pooh cast are crazy, difficult and complicated. That's just a well-known fact. Very strange structure in his head. Yeah. Same with, Piglet as well. But Pooh is like the hardest. Hard Pooh, wherever he is. Yeah, like the feet. My feet are really bad there. I was pretty happy with the head though. Yeah, that's a strange ownership issue with that. Yay, tree! Oh, that's fun. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Yay, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, the ownership. It's not even that, like, you can't say it's yours, because it is, but I think there's definitely something about that feeling of, it's someone else's idea, I guess. But anyway, so, yeah, I guess I had more. I had, like, I did the, Daffy. I keep doing, I love Daffy. So I did have more of those drawings, but I think I must have archived most of them. You can see them underneath. I have Sylvester and there's Taz and there's a bunch. And I just really love doing those copies. Moomins. I don't know. I guess it feels like childhood, but then it doesn't feel like your own. Oh, it's just my cat. Oh, cats. It doesn't feel like your own drawings. So I'd either do life drawing or these copies, and then I just. But then so that tutorial, that thing this week I did with that tutorial, just listen to the audio and just like feeling it through was way better. So I'm gonna try that a lot more. But yeah, okay, I think I'm going to wrap up now anyway. Thank you all for coming and joining and chatting. It was amazing. And I'm so glad I stuck around just to get this done. Like, I think, apart from that scribble I just added for explanation reasons. But I think this is enough now to go into cleanup next week. And then I think I'll work on the other ones. Maybe I'll do an evening one if I get time. That might be cool. I'll just put it on and do it so I'm not so lonely. But yeah, thank you all for coming. That was so much fun. And thank you for all the technical helps, as always. Do we have anyone fun online today? Let's see. I started following, yesterday I was watching otters just swim around. That was lovely. I need to log in so I can see the people I'm following. Tales from the granny. Whoops. Yeah, so thank you everybody. I really appreciate all the support. Oh, I can't remember my password apparently. Oh no, it's that stupid authenticated stuff. Alright, send me the text. Send me the text. Oh wait, email. Oh no, app. Oh my gosh. Two-way authenticity thing is great, but it's also painful. There's too many options. No, it's not typing. There. Go. Let me in. Alright. Save. Great. So, let me just double check the chat. Okay, bye. I'm gonna go live ASAP to test some visual things. Ooh, okay. Are you going live now? Can I raid you? It was great. Sorry I was only half it. Oh, that's alright. Brad wants to go for an epic walk to pick up 20 litres of motor oil. And I was a stupid person and suggested we do it on foot. Oh, yeah, that's painful. But no, it's okay. Devious, if you're gonna go live now, I'll raid you. If not, maybe we'll raid the lovely otters because it's so relaxing. You've got a little second while I type. I'm gonna type it. Let me know. Is it gonna be too late? Alright. Devious, I'm gonna have to go. Alright, I'm gonna raid the otters. If you want to check out Devious, you should. Because it's awesome stream. It's an awesome stream, I meant to say. Thank you all so much for coming, and I'm looking forward to next week. Next week I have the new camera. Yay! So hopefully otters it is. Yeah, no reply. Alright, let's send that. Okay, it's a follower only chat. Alright, that's fine. But it's really nice and relaxing, and there's just otters swimming around, and they're playing with toys or they're sleeping. It's really sweet. So yes, thank you everybody. We almost got 50 followers, so we just need a few more, and then I can have the emotes, which you can see down below. If you want to join the Discord, it is also below. If you want to follow, that would be awesome. And I will see you maybe an evening this week, but definitely next Saturday, if not before. So, alright, goodbye everybody, thank you.